Hey everybody, GameHounds podcast. We are here. Sorry you're distant from us. We only had one table and we needed for dinner.
Talk about distant. That's like you're sitting at the table next to us.
Nah, not really. We're not perfectly framed either. There you go.
Oh my God.
What? If you're gonna do it right. Let's see. So yeah, we're GameHounds podcast. Oh, I can barely see banners. There you go. Hi, Nick and Edie here.
Okay. You barely see banners. That's your eyesight. Like,
yeah.
Banners are good. I can.
No, I mean I can see that banner, but I can't see that.
Oh.
So the show is over. We just got done. And now we're having dinner. I highly recommend, if you have access to it, a place called Dough House. I did not Dough Zone. Didn't even know that they were in the Bay Area, and there's one in San Mateo and there's one in Cupertino. So it's like right next to me. I mean, it's in the same town where my new apartment is, in the same town where Nick lives. Didn't even know it was there, but we're going to be going there again because this place is. So yeah, we're having dinner and we're going through all the stuff that we had. Oh, we can actually see now. Because we can see
comments.
Hey,
I can smell you.
Thank you. Thank you, Ezio. So yeah, I'm having, these are all stuck to the bottom, unfortunately. I'm having pork wontons in hot and sour sauce that is unbelievable. And I am having, what's this?
Green onion noodles.
Green onion and soy sauce noodles. I'm
having a bunch of stuff.
Yeah. Nick's having, what are you having? Your beef?
Green onion pancakes, beef pot stickers, beef noodles, and a salad.
Oh gosh. Yeah, you had way more food than me, but you're also hungry than me.
Oh wait, and that's right, pork buns.
Oh, you did order the pork buns.
I forgot I got the pork buns.
Ooh. Look at those things. Man, show them on the, look at these. No, you're going to have to dip them down a little bit.
I will.
Oh, look at those. Ooh. So yeah, Nick spent the end of the show watching the Tekken tournament, the $10,000 Tekken tournament.
Mm-hmm.
And said from now on, at the end of PAX, he's always going to watch the Tekken tournament.
Oh my God, what a beautiful, perfect end. It is the perfect competition. It was a loser's bracket double elimination. And the guy who won the loser's bracket, had to win every round throughout the loser's bracket. So I'm watching him win 5 games one after another. He gets to the final one. And because it's double elimination, and the winner who won the winner's bracket hadn't lost a game, the other guy has to win twice. He has to win 2 matches.
Oh.
So, first game, it's
so this is the guy that won rounds. The loser's bracket, and then the guy
the
winner's bracket.
There's Dr. Jake Man, Dr. the Jake Man MD.
Oh, really?
And
he
then,
made it.
Yeah.
To the losers because he lost, right? No, he won.
No, he won.
Oh, okay.
And then your boy Kyron, I think. So Kyron was the winner's bracket.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Jake Man was the losers. They get to the end. The way the tournament was set up, you've got 3 rounds to win a game. So it's best out of 6, best out of 5, I would say. Yeah, best out of 5 to win the game. And then you have to win best of 3 games to win the match. First 3 rounds, Jake Man wins them straight. Gets that game. Second 3 rounds, Jake Man wins them straight. Takes the game. Third 3 rounds, Jake Man wins all in a row. Takes the game. He's just running over your boy Kyron. 9 rounds won in a row, resets the bracket. So now it's okay, this is it. first game, he wins again. But this time, Kyron wins a couple rounds. So it's like, okay. He's coming back. He's waking up. He had a moment to talk with his coach about what's going on, reformulate a strategy. Second game, they start going back and forth. And Kyron gets the win. So it's now 1-1 game. Third game, again, going back and forth. Kyron wins again. And it's like, oh shit, this is it. He's coming back. So the fourth game, they start going back and forth. But all of a sudden, like, Kyron has turned on. And like, he's now owning the matches. It's like, oh, he has seen the Matrix. He's seen through Dr. Jake Mann's moves. And he's like, all of the moves that were just wiping him out those first 9 rounds suddenly have no effect. And it's like, oh shit, he woke up and he takes that fourth game, wins the whole thing. But it was that tension of like, oh man, he's just getting run over. And then at last second,
Pulls that.
holy shit, like suddenly he just figures it out. He reads them. Oh, it was so good. I am watching those tournaments from now on. I'm sorry, but like the last 4 hours of PAX, I'm gone. Don't schedule anything then.
Deal.
I'm busy.
Deal. So I think if you want to watch them, they should be. They were broadcast on PAX. They were coming from the PAX arena. I'm sure
They
they
were
were
playing.
online.
They were playing Tekken 8.
Yeah. What was the question?
JC Ray asked, what game is this?
Tekken 8. So speaking of games,
Mm-hmm.
we did not broadcast yesterday. So we saw a ton of games yesterday that we didn't talk about yet with you guys. We did interviews and we put them on the podcast, but we didn't talk about them here. What stood out for you? Oh, I know what stood out for me.
Yeah, you go first because you've been playing one of them all day.
Did I talk about?
No, we can talk about Be My Horde.
Did I talk about Be My Horde? Everybody,
Because that was yesterday.
was it? Okay. Be My Horde. It is Nick says it's like a Vampire Survivors.
It's similar to Vampire Survivors in that you're walking around open world and enemies kind of spawn around you and attack you.
Right.
And you have a little horde of monsters that you rose via necromancy. So
yeah, you're a
zombies.
necromancer. You're her name is Morgana, I think it is. Morgantia. She is a necromancer, and you just play her. You start with just a couple of villagers, and you essentially, it's in early access, so it's not complete, but they have the what they call the kingdom mode, which is it starts with like villagers and then turns into berserkers, and then eventually you're looking at knights, and then you're looking at cavalry, and then you're facing mages. Every few rounds, you are given a perk, which you can trick yourself out. It's a randomized perk, but you can trick yourself out for surviving. The key is to get as many people as you can around you. And because you're essentially fighting against the king that you used to be the advisor for. And the boss fight of the kingdom level is the king himself. And you have to essentially survive him. And take him out before he takes you out. It is such a great chill, and it's also certified for the Steam Deck, which was we talked about this, didn't we? We talked about this, didn't we?
No, those are just links.
Yeah, because I remember saying that it was 10% off, and I'm like, it's like, oh, it's on sale, and he goes, yeah, but it's 50 cents difference. It's not that big a deal.
No, yeah.
We
may have done it in like the quick.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Anyways, we'll talk.
Oh, but I don't have a keyboard with me.
We'll talk about it again.
All right.
You'll get a repeat.
Yeah, you'll get a repeat and you'll actually be able to see it. Fantastic game. So much fun. Perfect for the Steam Deck. I loaded it on the Steam Deck, fired it up this morning, and was like, Nick had to pry me out of the room because I didn't want to leave because I wanted to just keep playing it.
So earlier today, because it's Monday, the big games had a shorter line.
Mm-hmm.
So when the show opened, we went to Crimson Desert, which normally I asked the lady after we got out how long the line was. She said at one point it got 6 hours long.
Oh my God.
But we waited in there for like an hour.
Mm-hmm.
The whole time we're waiting, Edie's on the Steam Deck playing the game.
Yeah, it's that good. So Be My Horde, highly recommend it. Polished games. They are Polish and they're polished. If you like just kind of a simple kind of, I mean, the matches are long. The Kingdom, I mean, it goes about half an hour. So it's not like it's a short, sharp shock, like just jump in, jump out. But if you have like a half an hour you want to kill, super, super, super duper fun. But that wasn't the game yesterday that stood out to me.
Oh, start yesterday.
What stood out yesterday was Sweep and Magic.
Oh, Sweep and Sorcery.
Mm.
That was at 6, the Seattle Indie Expo, which is not officially a part of PAX, but takes place PAX weekend to get more people and takes place like a block away. And that one's free. And it's basically a bunch of Seattle-based indie devs.
Well, they're Seattle-based, not indie devs. There's a bunch. Oh,
They're indie
the
devs.
PAX. The event
developers
is free.
themselves might work in the industry, but like the games are indie.
Yeah, I
games.
thought you were saying that the game was free. It's like, no, it's not. The game's not even out. I
Well,
thought you were
no,
no,
the
the event is free.
The event is free, yeah. Sweep and Sorcery, though, is also free. It's on itch.io.
Mhm.
Yeah, there's a link.
Mhm.
They had a link. They had a QR code.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I thought it was just like a demo. Because essentially they work, they're friends. They also work in the industry. The guy that we spoke with works for Raven doing, was it level design for Call of Duty. That's his day job. So they said that they were kind of noodling with this game. It's of all things, a curling game that is co-op, and it is fucking fun. So much fun.
Mm-hmm.
It requires you, I mean, you could, it's really best for couch co-op, 2 people working together in the same room.
You can download the game for Windows on itch.io.
Okay.
Search for Sweep and Sorcery.
It is great couch co-op.
Well, yeah, couch co-op between 2 people.
2 people. 2 people co-op.
Yeah, because it's you against an NPC. You against the computer.
Yeah, you against AI.
One of the most requested features they got was for 2v2 co-op.
Mm-hmm. So you're essentially a curling team. It's just like curling, where you have to pick a line, or you pick a strength to throw it. But you also have to pick, you also have these perks that you can use, like magnet to grab other stones that you go by and pull them with you so that you can pull them off of points.
And so because it's co-op, when you're choosing the line to throw the stone, one person chooses the horizontal line and then the other person chooses the angle.
Right.
So you have to communicate, your strategy to each other.
Right. You have to talk about, like, how do we want to do this? We want to do it from this direction or this direction, or.
And then once you choose those, you get a little meter that, fills up, fills down, fills up, fills down. And that's the power. But it's split in half.
Right.
So that each player chooses their level and then the game averages it out. So again, you have to talk and communicate.
Like, okay, how hard do we want to hit this?
Yeah. Okay, you go first to show me how hard you want to hit it. And then once you hit it, one player has, the broom, and they can control where the
direction, where
the stone goes
in front of it,
as
you
it
can actually
moves.
Alter the direction.
Yeah, and then the other player has access to magic powers. There's teleport, which will jump you to a location. It keeps all your momentum, but it just jumps you. So that means if you're going forward and you go too far, you jump back, but then you'll keep going a little bit. So you always want to time it. Swap, which swaps your place with a different stone. Magnet, which again, like grabs a bunch of magnets nearby and pulls them to your stone's location. And then shoot, the real MVP is shoot, which like shoots a cannon, and wherever it lands, it blows up and will knock a whole bunch of stones around.
Yours and the opponent's. Same
Yeah.
thing with magnet. Yours and the opponent. So
And
both
so
of
you
them
can
carry
use-
a bit of a risk.
Yeah, you can use all of them in a single round. So like if we're going and it's like, oh, this is not working, I'm going to shoot a bunch and they blew up, and oh no, I got blown up too, so I'm going to teleport over there in order to like, oh, I got blown up, everyone's spreading, I'm going to magnetize some to bring them to me and get them out of the way, and I'm going to teleport and swap to try to get that placement back.
Right.
So you can use everything at once, but all the abilities are on a cooldown. So if you use them in one round, you can't use them in the other. And that's a nice way to prevent you from spamming them. You have to be a little strategic.
It's great because it really, really requires two people to work together and to communicate face to face. Because you're kind of like, you're pointing at the screen, like, here's what I want to do.
Mhm.
It's very visceral in that you have to be communicating very well. And I don't know that you could communicate over network that well. Because only, I couldn't point out exactly where you want to go without
Yeah, you'd have
pointing
to
at the
try to-
screen.
Visualize it.
Right. So, but it is so much fun. I was telling him, because he had said that they'd been kind of noodling around with it for a while, and then they, like they put together a really sort of
Yeah.
a game.
They put together this demo, and then they're like, oh, I guess.
Submit it to 6.
No, that's right. They decided to submit it to 6, and that is what gave them a deadline. And so I thought, okay, let's finish this. But actually,
Submitted it to 6.
let us
They
out.
got chosen. They're like, oh shit, now we have a deadline. So they had to put 3 months of work into it. And they brought it. And I'm like, dudes, this is a game. I have seen really 2 games ever that were independent developers that brought their stuff to PAX or to an event. And it was like, oh shit, this is the next big thing. One of them was Rock Band when I saw it at Kentia Hall in E3. And it was like, yeah, instantly they got a publisher. They were, picked up. And the other one was Gang Beasts. And it was very conveniently positioned. It just happened to be that it was positioned next to the Double Fine booth. And of course, everybody was swarming that whole thing and screaming and yelling, and it was just a pandemonium. And of course, instantly Double Fine is like, we're publishing you because this is the game. This is that kind of game. I could honestly see if that had been on the floor, and better if it had been 2v2 with a display.
Yeah.
It would have had people yelling and screaming. It was just a fun game.
Mhm. It was intuitive
Mm-hmm.
in a way that I think is hard to design. And all the people work in the industry, which I think shows because, like I said, it's intuitive. The art is crisp and clear and very readable at a glance. All things like it has a level of polish that you only get from experience. So even if this is an indie game, it's coming
Exactly.
from people
Exactly.
who really know
No
what they're
games.
doing. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
And so you get that when you
These
pick
are
up and
bedroom
play.
developers. This is not their first time around. You can tell when somebody's been working in the industry and done that. And that's exactly right. It has that level of polish that you go, I can't believe that you haven't been working on this for 4 years and that it's not out on Steam right now. But it wasn't. They put 3 months into it. And it was, in many ways, it was, as far as I'm concerned, the best game at 6. The other
Maybe,
game,
although Poker Battler was pretty cool.
Poker Warlord, Poker I got their card here. Hold on a second. That was pretty fun. Don't mind me. I'm just looking for a business card that
Just
happens to be a
lifting it
poker
up.
chip. Yeah, it's hard to find because it's a poker chip.
Oh, I'm thirsty. I need to get
I told you.
some
Get some beer.
dragons.
It's called Poker
Oh,
Warlords.
Viking's blood.
Viking's blood. So Poker Warlords. This is their business card. It is a card-based poker. It's not poker, but it's poker in the sense that you're playing it on the game.
Yeah,
It's a poker table, and you're betting the way you would in a poker game.
it's structured like a poker game, but you're not using the traditional poker cards, and you're not even trying to get suits. So what happens is you're dealt a card, and that card is it will be a unit, and it will be a number of units. So let's say Battle Mage. You pull a card, excuse me, and you get 10 out of 30 Battle Mages. And so you can look at that card and you can see what their physical damage is, or how much damage they do, how much health they have, and any like abilities that will activate if you have a unit of a similar type. And so you have an idea of how strong this unit is. If you call, then you draw another card.
Well,
Your opponent draws another
You can
card.
fold. You can call.
Yeah,
You can bet,
it's structured like a poker.
and you can raise.
But you draw two cards. One of them automatically gets displayed to your opponent.
Right.
And one of their
the first
cards
card
is displayed
down,
to
then you bet around. Second card up,
Yeah,
you bet around. Third card
down.
down, you bet around.
And the catch is that you can only bring two cards with you into the battle, a front line and a back line. And so there's the possibility that the card you're looking at on your opponent's side, because you only ever see one card of theirs, they will not take that one into battle. So if I draw 10 out of 30 Battle Mages, and that's what I have in my hand, they can't see that. Then I draw 100 out of 100 Squirrels. They can see that one. Then I'll draw another card that's like 2 Ogres. And it's like, okay, what do I want to do with this? They can see the Squirrels. And
But
so
I
they
can't
can
see the
they can
first card.
prepare for that, but you can't see the other two. The Ogres are pretty powerful, but I've only got 2 of them. So do I want to use them? And then I've got the Battle Mages. Should I put them on the back line or the front line? And so then that's how, when you switch your cards around to choose what your front line or your back line is. You can either call or raise. If I look at my opponent's card and I see he's got 1 ballista, my Squirrels are gonna fuck up his ballista. I'm gonna raise, and then they raise back. And you're like, ooh,
Maybe
maybe
But
they got
bluffing is a thing.
maybe
You
they've
can
got
bluff.
more.
Nick, I played it bad. I should have slow played him, and he thought he folded when I had just absolute devastating hand.
Yeah.
Oh, devastating.
Oh
hand.
yeah. Although there was also one round. Well, I thought I had a really good hand. I had like a 30 out of 30 like warriors, strong knights who would just fuck things up. Then I had a back row of even stronger, all full. And I'm like, I'm going to kick her ass. She had wraiths. And the thing about wraiths is that they're impervious to physical damage. So the two things met. Her like frontline unit was obliterated, but then the wraiths just sat there, not taking any damage, and just slowly withered away all my units. Like, oh fuck. But that's the thing. And what I think is neat about the game, what I think is smart about how it's designed, the developer said
Oh, but
that.
you actually said when you're done with the
Oh,
betting,
yeah.
it goes to a battle.
That's true. It goes to the battle where the units then
Yeah,
fight.
it's kind of like the was it Totally Realistic Battle Simulator, where it's like
Totally accurate.
Totally accurate battle simulator, where it's just like your units and his units, and that's when it's revealed what the opponent's units are, and
Yeah.
it's like, oh,
And then you
he
watch them
fucking
fight.
had dragons. Shit.
Yeah. The one important difference is that Totally Accurate Battle Simulator is like governed by RNG.
Mm-hmm.
So when you have a unit and it attacks another unit, like maybe it will hit them, maybe it won't, but you don't know for sure. And so if you have 2 armies and you pit them against each other, and you pit them against each other 5 times, you might get 5 different results just because of how the RNG of that game is designed. In this game, that's not the case. More like a poker game, the outcome is deterministic. So if I go in with, 10 battle mages and 100 squirrels, and my opponent goes in with some other set of units and they fight each other, the outcome of that fight will always be the same.
Right.
So there is
There's
no
obviously
change.
some kind of weighting behind it, like
Yeah.
valuing, and it just like the value versus the other value, and it just kind of determines what that value is, and then that plays out
Yeah.
always in that way.
So it's not, so in that way, it is more similar to poker in that my hand was better than your
Right.
hand.
It will always
It's
be
not,
better.
oh, I got lucky on my hand. Well, sometimes I can get lucky, but it's because of the cards I pulled.
Right.
And I think that's a really important difference, because then it really matters, which cards do I take in? Do I fold? Do I raise? What I want to do?
Well, now then it gets to the point of where you have to start memorizing.
Yeah.
Like in poker, you need to know what's my average here. Start doing the math in your head based on what you see and what you have in your hand, how you want to bet.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a fun
cool
game.
idea.
It's a very, very cool idea.
Was that one on itch.io? This got a QR code. What does that QR code take you
I
to?
don't know. The link is on the screen. Pokerwarlords.com is the website.
Oh, it takes you to a Steam page.
It's on Steam.
Fuck yeah.
All right.
Poker Warlords. Planned release date 2025. Add to wish list.
Okay. Yeah. I should add that to the wish list. Yeah, you should definitely add to wish list on this stuff. Let's see what else.
I saw a couple other.
The Minesweeper, the updated Minesweeper game.
Yeah. Okay.
Which was pretty fucking clever.
Yeah. We'll try to speed through some of the other ones. There's a Minesweeper game that's basically Minesweeper roguelike. Did I say yes?
Can I have one of your pancakes? I'm just telling you which one I'm going to take. I'm just showing. May I have that pancake?
What's it worth to you?
Nothing.
Yes, you can have
Thank
it. Yeah, it's like Minesweeper has a roguelike. They changed the terminology a little bit, avoid Microsoft copyright. So instead of mines, it's dust bunnies, because you're a janitor.
What's it called?
I completely forgot.
You
I might have the card in the stack of cards.
He sucks.
Do you remember it?
No, I didn't play it.
You were there. You're the one that told me about it. You're the one that,
No, I told you about Poker Warlords.
no, you brought me to Minesweeper.
No.
Oh,
We walked up to Minesweeper and you sat down.
okay.
That's when I went. You were playing Minesweeper when I went to find Poker Warlords.
Oh yeah, I want to talk about that one. I don't know about that one. Don't know who that is. You can talk while I look through the cards.
I saw Desolus. Everybody calls it Solus, but it's Desolus. That is a very cool mist-like walking puzzle game where you're in a city. There's been some kind of cataclysm, and it's fractured reality. And you can go to these spots where there's an anomaly. And in order to get from point A to point B, in one reality, part of the path might be broken, and in the other reality, another path might be broken. So you have to kind of combine these realities in order to get from point A to point B. And it's really, really clever, very pretty. I think it could be prettier. Music is gorgeous. It definitely gives you all the feels of Myst. Portal is very similar to it in that kind of like two things you have to think about putting it together. A kind of environmental puzzle. It is a passion. It's been in the Smithsonian as part of their interactive arts or whatever it was, something. If you want to listen to the podcast, the guy the publisher was there, and he explained it. The publisher also happened to be the CEO of Seattle Indie Expo.
No, that's why he got his game in there. He's like,
That's not his game. It's the game of.
But it's with the publisher. He's like, I'm gonna get my buddy's game in there.
Mm-hmm. It is not his buddies. It is the guy who made it worked on. I can't remember his last name is Myers. I can't remember his first name.
Mike?
Yeah, maybe
No.
it's not Mike Myers.
No.
I looked it up earlier.
This is another game on Steam.
He
so you
worked.
can look
He
it up.
worked on Outer Wilds. He worked on Manifold Garden.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, and this is his
I know that
passion
game.
project.
I
over
like
the
that
last,
game.
And you know Outer Wilds, obviously.
Oh, fuck yeah. That's one of the best games ever made.
He was one of the guys.
Like,
that
no
did
joke.
That.
That's one top 10
Uh-huh.
ever.
Yeah, he's the guy that made that. One of the guys that made that. This has been his passion project for the last 10 years working on this. And it is very, like I said, all the feels of Myst. If you liked Myst, if you like that kind of, two pieces, putting them together, making them work of,
I guess you can't really see it because the text is backwards.
yeah, no, your text is backwards for you. It's forwards for them.
Oh, it is?
Yes.
Okay. Then hopefully you can see the title on there. Desolus.
Right. Desolus. And it's everybody calls it Desolus. It's actually Desolus. And he's been working on it for 10 years in his spare time, and it's pretty talking about polished. That's a very polished game. It's
Mike Mayer.
Mayer. That's what it is. So yeah,
No, Mark Mayers.
Mark
we were
Mayers.
both off just slightly enough that we would never find him.
Good game. Available in. I don't think it's out. I think it's on.
There's a demo available on Steam.
On Steam.
Well, okay. When I Google Mark Mayers, that's the first image that comes
You
up.
have to do Mark Mayer's video games.
Okay.
Just like I had to do Chris Conley video games, because otherwise I would get a NBA basketball player.
Oh yeah, his X handle is Desolus Dev.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here he's on mobile games. Oh, interesting. He's only worked on Outer Wilds and Manifold Garden.
Right. That's his 2 games. So, very good game. Highly recommend. Don't know why it's at Seattle Indie Expo, but it is.
It's an indie game. It's coming from one person.
We can have indie games at PAX.
Maybe you couldn't get into PAX. We got into 6.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, I'm adding that demo library because I want.
Anyway, that was very good. So, what was the name of the Minecraft game?
Okay.
Not Minecraft.
Minesweeper. Remember, you're a janitor. What do janitors do?
Sweep, clean,
What do they sweep with?
mop,
And
broom,
put those two together.
broom sweeper.
Yep, it's called Broom Sweeper, which is like, oh, we could have figured that out. Give us enough time. So yeah, you are sweeping for dust bunnies instead of mines. Sid, yeah, no, not Sid. NBA player is Mike Conley. Chris Conley is NFL. No, it's Conway.
Conway.
Hey, bitters. Okay, so yeah, you're sweeping for dust bunnies, not mines. But it's a roguelike in that your janitor is sweeping each level of an office building. And each level of that office building has a grid, and each grid is like an event. Maybe it's an event, a Minesweeper game, or maybe it's a vending machine where you can spend some money to buy upgrades, and those upgrades affect how you play the Minesweeper game. One of the abilities, very nice, is when you click, a rocket will come down and just explode the biggest area that doesn't have mines. So all of a sudden, you have a big empty area to work with. You can start filling in okay, if this is all empty, but this is not, this has to be mine. Another ability is the first time you click, when starting a game, you can't set off a mine. So that takes away the frustration of the beginning of any Minesweeper game where
It's like,
I don't know what I'm doing. Click. Also, you have health. So if you do set off a mine, you don't immediately lose the game. You just lose health. So you can fuck up a couple times before you actually lose. But what's nice is the way the game is designed, you very quickly can become exceedingly overpowered. And yeah, that makes it
Much like Be My Heart, which is
that makes it a
fun.
fun demo.
Yeah.
Although I will say, one UI quirk that Microsoft should add to Minesweeper itself
Okay.
is if you mark a mine. Let's say you have a line and there's 3 blocks and this one block is a mine, so you mark it. If there's a number that's like 1 next to it, well, clearly
That's
clearly the other 2 blocks are not mines because there's a 1, there's only 1 mine within that grid and you've already marked it. In Broomsweeper, that 1 will turn green, immediately indicating to you, hey, the blocks around this number are clear. You have marked this spot as a mine, so therefore
we're going to
these spaces are clear. They're not going to automatically clear it, but they're going to just give you an indication, hey, this area here, you should click these blocks.
Yeah.
And that's so nice because it just kind of lets you skip over the kind of micromanaging part of the game, and get right into I don't know what these blocks are. Let me try to logic it out. It lets you get rid of the easy stuff quick and get into the harder stuff faster. I'm going to turn on the light.
Yeah, it's essentially they improved.
Did nothing?
It did a little bit, but this is going to do more. It improved Minesweeper. So yeah, and it was who did they say? There's 2 people working on it, a husband, a wife, and their cat, and they attribute 5% of the development to the cat. So you don't want a backlight. That doesn't do anything. Nick,
I mean, there's nothing
amateur, fucking amateur. That's gonna help. That actually lights our face. See?
Okay, that's better.
And
then the other one I really liked is We're Tethered Together.
Oh, I didn't play that, but I saw it
on Steam. It's free on Steam because it was a student project, and it's only like an hour long. So go play this. It reminds me of Chariot in that it's about 2 people tethered together with a rope, and it's about managing, solving puzzles using that rope. But it does a lot of cool things with that rope that Chariot didn't do, because Chariot, you were dragging this chariot, this big coffin, and so you kind of had to manage it. In this one, you've just got another person on. You can put those in there.
Oh, is this garbage?
Mm-hmm. Yep. And so one of my favorite parts was where there's a platform, then a bunch of spikes, and on each side of the spikes there was a button that I had to press down to unlock a door and a box. So what that meant was up top on the platform, I had to maneuver one of the people off of the ledge so that they hung down Mission Impossible style, and then lower the tether and then kind of move up here to make them swing so that I could grab the box, bring them over, drop the box over there to unlock the door, and then bring them back up and we could go on. And it does a lot of things like that. And it felt good. It was really clever.
It reminded me visually. I mean, I was going by when I saw what it was. I'm like, oh, it Takes Two.
Kind of, except it is single player.
Right. It shouldn't be, but it is.
Yeah. Thank you for the link, AC Wraith. You also linked to Broomsweeper.
I know. I already had it on. Okay. I'm keeping up.
Yeah, I thought that was really, really cool.
So that was everything that was at the Seattle that we saw that was of note at the Seattle
Indie Expo.
Actually, I take that back. I did do an interview with a game called Desert. What?
I also remember there was another one that I liked.
Yeah, Desert Angels, which was fine. I mean, it's a pretty game. The music is gorgeous. It is a puzzle-esque, I guess, game, environmental. Somebody said it was, I think they described it as a Metroidvania-like, that you essentially are trying to, you are a member of a tribe, a young girl who's a member of the tribe, in the desert. It's a desert tribe. There has been some kind of disastrous event, and everything is screwed up. There is a junkyard that is where I think it is their generator is in the middle of this junkyard. And everybody knows how to get there, but now the junkyard is all messed up because of this something that happened. It's not very clear. It's actually what happened is part of the mystery that you need to solve. And you have to essentially navigate through this maze and you can actually blow holes into the junk, picking up stuff. And as you go, picking up what they call fragments that you can use as ammo. As you go along, you encounter these shadows. You can't remember anything. That's the other thing. You lost your memory. And you're going through this maze and you're seeing these images, and they're essentially lost memories that what you get to when you encounter them, relive those memories and get those memories back. And in putting those memories together, you're putting together the story of what exactly happened here and why it's all screwed up. It's pretty. It's a very pretty game. I think that it is the kind of story, the kind of game that if you really like good stories and unveiling stories, it will be great. But as far as like unique gameplay or something that was really super clever, it didn't have that, but it had a lot of same thing, very polished for an independent game that's just a few people working on it. I will say, and you may disagree with me, the level of creativity of gameplay, like truly unique stuff, like we haven't seen before. Not just like, okay, this is a genre with a twist. It is like entirely different way of thinking about it.
Okay.
Or entirely different way of playing a game. That is very much the case right now. Because remember, a lot of these games right now, of these indie games that are due out in 2025, 2026 from these independent developers, they were thought about, and the idea was sitting in their head working when we were on lockdown in 2019. A lot of them started the process of actually making them in 2020 and 2021. Now they're coming out. And so this batch, last year's batch and this year's batch of independent games are the product of the pandemic. And everybody's sitting at home, kind of just working remotely and or not working at all because their company is shut down for a period of time. So there's, we all lived through it. Things were different then. Things are different for kids. Things are different for grown-ups. Things were different for employers. And things were different for developers. When you're sitting at home and you have a bunch more idle, I don't want to say idle time, but you're not commuting, you're not going into work, you're not thinking about work while you're coming in, you're not thinking about work when you're coming out. You actually have more time for your brain to start creating. So I think that that's why we're seeing some really crazy ass games right now that are more than just, oh, it's this kind of game with a twist. It's a roguelike Metrovania where you blah, blah, blah. We were seeing stuff that it's like,
I guess so.
That's nothing like anything I've seen before.
I mean, I still think there's I don't know if I'd say it's all radically new, but it's new in interesting ways. Like the guy
incredibly creative.
The guy from Broomsweeper specifically said he was looking to do for Minesweeper what Balatro did for poker.
Right.
So, we're seeing the indie successes of this year and last year inspire the new games of this year.
Right. Yeah. So,
but the other one I want to mention
go ahead.
Was Findosaurus. Which
Findosaurus, so gosh, yes.
It's a hidden object game, very much in the style of Hidden Folks on iOS or PC, if you've played that, where it's a black and white style, very, very crisp art that's kind of easy to distinguish everything from each other. Except the difference is that it is very heavily about prehistoric era nature. So you're looking for specific dinosaurs in like the environment that they live in. And it's all very historically accurate. It's all very scientifically accurate. Is that spicy?
Mm-hmm. Not very spicy, but just unexpectedly spicy for a piece of lettuce.
I want to spice up my lettuce.
They
Literally.
clearly did. They
Mhm.
clearly did.
But like Hidden Folks, it's a hidden object game where the hidden items are not always obvious on screen. So you have to click around on everything in order to like create interactions. So you might click on something in the water, and you might see like little waves in the water. And if you click on them, like a little creature will pop out. And so you click on all those little waves, and one of those creatures that pops out is the specific creature that you're looking for. And that's very much like Hidden Folks. Again, except this is all very like scientifically detailed. So it uses the scientific name for all of these dinosaurs. And it's just a really good hidden object game. I really got into it. I was trying to find all the items. Eventually I did, but it was tough and it was satisfying.
Mm-hmm. And it's beautifully drawn. Black and white line drawings.
Yeah.
Really beautifully drawn. And it's just the one guy working on it?
Just the one guy.
Huh. Yeah, that's really impressive to have him not only make that game, but make that art, because
Yeah.
it was really
He
pretty.
had mentioned that he's been an illustrator for years.
It's
yeah.
clear. It's clear that he is. So yeah, that's what was at the Seattle Indie Expo.
Mhm.
Let's see what we saw yesterday. Things that stood out that we saw yesterday.
You're gonna have to get the interview list.
Where's your phone? You can pull up
The one that I thought,
yeah,
the Looter,
okay,
is one of the
it's the one
Polish games.
I didn't see. So you have to tell me all about it.
You would hate it. It's a Metroidvania with a bit of a Souls-like structure. Although what's kind of interesting is
Where's my phone?
it's...
Hey Siri. I got in here. I got in the room, so it has to be here.
Should I call you?
No, it's right here.
I say Souls-like, but really the only thing from Souls games that it takes is the bonfire checkpoint system. And so really all it is just kind of a checkpoint system, but it uses the language of Souls-like games in that, oh, it's a bonfire. And oh, when you rest here or when you respawn here, all the enemies respawn as well. But other than that, it's not really a Souls game because you don't lose any resources when you die. But it's about this sort of post-apocalyptic world where an infection has ravaged the land. ACWay says the event website just linked the Steam page, so I don't feel so bad about not searching for a missing official site for 15 minutes. No, yeah, you linked to find a source, which is good. Honestly, like all of these devs, go to the Steam page. Like, yeah, if you're going to go anywhere, don't go to the official website. Go to the Steam page. That's the more important page. But yeah, post-apocalyptic world where an infection has ravaged the land and you play as a looter. The story is eventually you are tasked with searching for a cure because, you know, the king tasked you to do it. But in the demo that we play as an unnamed rookie looter. And you go about the 2D Metroidvania structured world, just kind of trying to survive. You have a bunch of looter buddies with you who are showing you the ropes. But the game itself plays like a kind of slow-paced action Metroidvania. You've got a couple melee weapons and you've got guns. And thankfully, all the ammo refills when you die or when you respawn at a checkpoint. And because it's called the looter, you loot a lot of stuff. And so you find a lot of ammo everywhere. And so you don't really have to be precious with ammo in the way that you would in like your typical zombie game. It's not really trying to constrain you in that way. And so when I got to a certain, like mini boss battle where to giant mouths spawned on either side of me.
Don't mind me.
And enemies came out of there. Like, I just unloaded my weapons onto them because that's what you do. Don't conserve ammo in that situation. You don't have to worry about it. Oh my God. You're going to knock over all my midnight snacks. AC Ray
He has
says,
all my midnight snacks. He has my pizza.
AC Ray says, I don't see the Metroidvania so much as a crafting game like Terraria. It is definitely more Metroidvania than it is Terraria. There is a crafting element to it, but that crafting is in service of equipment upgrades. It's in service of like reusable resources, you know, that sort of thing. So you're not changing the environment at all. You're just going through this world, you know, trying to get from checkpoint to checkpoint. You encounter various people who give you side quests that send you in a different direction. But along the way, you're looting everything. And it's done in this really detailed pixel art style.
I know.
I love you.
I know.
The fuck is that?
Chris texted me. That's my sound
Okay.
for when Chris texts me.
Yeah, I don't have much else to say about it other than it's a really good game. It feels good to play. I think the world is interesting. The crafting upgrades have an immediate effect. So like I upgraded my basic knife and I could immediately feel a difference where it went from taking 4 hits to kill an enemy to taking 3 hits. And like that's a noticeable difference. That's an important difference in the heat of battle. And yeah, it's just you're talking about games that radically redefine what it is to play a game. This is not one of those.
No,
but
it's not
you
one
know
of
what?
those.
It's a really good fucking game.
One that does, though, was right across from that when you were playing The Looter.
Uh-huh.
I was playing a game called Hank Drowning on Dry Land.
I don't know. I play games like this.
Really?
What is it? The Missing Something of J.J. McIntyre. Yeah,
Really?
it's a puzzle game that came out in the 360 era that did a very similar thing. And I think it did it kind of better, honestly.
Really? They allowed you to completely rewind the entire game and then create doubles of yourself?
Rewind the entire level.
Drive the entire level.
Yeah.
And then create doubles of yourself.
Yes.
And then you had to avoid yourself at the
Yes.
same time of all the other things that were trying to kill you?
Yes.
Oh,
I
okay.
believe Jack and Daxter also had a system like that.
Did it
Or
really?
Ratchet and Clank, one of those games.
See, I didn't play those games, so maybe.
I played a lot of those
Yeah.
games.
So yeah, Hank Drowning on Dry Land. You play kind of a depressed, misanthropic, alcoholic superhero. Like think Deadpool, but not funny and acerbic, just depressed. His superpower is that he can jump through time. He can time travel. He has a nemesis that I can't think of his name, but the nemesis is very frustrated because he can't figure out how Hank manages to do all this stuff and be able to foil his grand plans, no matter how little amount of time he gives him to do whatever he needs to do. Somehow Hank always ends up doing it. And what it is that you, what I played, your friend has been strapped to a bomb and you have 2 minutes to find 3 buttons and hit 3 buttons. And you have this dialogue with the villain. And then the villain says, and meanwhile, the 2 minutes are ticking down while you're having this dialogue. And then the villain sets his dog after you so that you have to run in front of the dog. Well, the dog runs faster than you. So you can go through the whole thing, go through the whole dialogue and running and dying. And then you can roll back to the beginning and start running before he's done. So you can get a head start on the dog. And you can jump into things. And eventually you will get to a place where you can time jump through a mirror. The thing is that when you time jump through a mirror, you have started a second version of yourself from the beginning of that level. So your second self will do exactly what you did in the first one. to get to where you were at that time jump. So you have to not only avoid this dog that is trying to kill you by moving through sewers and up and around stuff. And it's not entirely, it looks 2D, but it's not entirely 2D because there are points where you can take a right and the whole camera shifts to make it 2D again. But so I'd say like a 2.5. But most importantly is that what was I going to say? 2D, you're running through, you need to get all of the things. Oh, you cannot encounter yourself. So you're not just avoiding the dog, you can't encounter yourself because then you create a paradox. And then of course you have to figure out a way to not encounter yourself, either by hiding in a corner, waiting for you to run by and then running through, or hiding in the dark so that you don't see yourself when you're running by, that kind of stuff, or taking a whole different turn somewhere. The more that you time shift, the more U's you create that start over again. So it becomes really complicated very quickly. And unfortunately, the level that I played, they screwed up and they actually put out on the floor an older build that was missing a very important part of the dialogue.
Yeah.
And they kept on saying, there's something missing here that you probably should know. I'm like, no, I'll figure it out. Of course, it was absolutely essential part of the dialogue that I didn't know. And so I never got the third button, but I found the first two. Nick got the third button because he actually let them tell him what the third thing was.
The game this reminded me of was The Misadventures of PB Winterbottom.
Oh, I remember hearing about it, but I never played it.
It's similar, but 2D.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think helps because that makes it more readable. One of the things I kind of didn't like about this game, the Hank on Drowning on Dry Land, was the art style. I think it was striking and visually interesting, but once I started playing,
It became difficult.
I realized it was hard to read what was going on.
Agreed.
And so when I'm running around the environment looking for the button, I ended up not actually looking for the button, but looking for the press A prompt to appear. Like I'm running around waiting for the prompt.
I saw the button. I could see the button because it was the only thing that was green.
I couldn't see that.
Chris gave me his socks because they didn't like his socks, and they're the tiniest little like legs on these socks, and it just absolutely binds up my ankles. And
why does the 6 foot tall guy have tiny socks?
Here's the thing: when you're 6'10", sometimes you have to just trial and error clothes.
Yeah, but isn't he like 60? Hasn't he trial and error clothes?
No, but sometimes he needs to like pick up some socks. You know, he's constantly looking for better socks. It's not like sock technology stopped 20 years ago. Sock technology has.
Yeah, but doesn't he know what to look for in socks?
Oh, my ankles. Oh. Well, sometimes, you order them on Amazon. You don't know what you get until you get it.
Well, then,
and then I get free socks. But
then
unfortunately,
they're
really, really, really tight socks, which was a great idea until you went to PAX. And then, oh, my ankles are so messed up right now. Anyway.
This has become a feat stream. The mechanism has been done before, but the superhero setting seems fun.
Yeah. Right now it is available on Steam. My Next Games is the developer. It is available. Well, I believe the dialogue tree is available on Steam, but not the demo that was out there. He said it's going to be out soon. So go wishlist it. This is one of those small games. Even if you're not sure, you should list it, if only because it needs the attention that it's getting. So that it should have. It needs that attention. His name is spelled Jakob, but it's pronounced Kuba. It's Polish. I don't understand. Anyway.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm looking at other games.
Other
There
games.
was.
Fractured Blooms.
Didn't we talk about that?
Mm,
Thought we talked about that briefly on the lunch
right,
podcast.
yeah. Let me here, I pulled this up for you so you can see. There's all the stuff I
Oh,
posted.
okay.
Yeah,
Memorial Wake.
Memorial Wake.
Memorial Wake.
Pretty game. And again, another insanely polished game.
Yeah.
More polished than it should be given the developer who looks like he's 12.
He's in college. He's like 21.
Right, even so.
He's just
more polished than it should be for a 21-year-old in college.
Edie's old enough that anyone under 30 looks like they're 12.
Nick doesn't look like he's 12. Nick looks like he's 40.
That's because I'm not under 30.
You look 40.
I know. I specifically said anyone under 30 looks like they're 12. I'm not under 30. Therefore, that does not apply
But
to
you
me.
look 40.
Yeah.
You look, never mind.
I don't
Anyway,
get where the insult was coming from.
But you look older than you are.
I am 40.
Oh, are you 40?
Yes.
What year? How old are you?
4
Yeah.
0.
Are you really 40 years old?
Yes.
I didn't know that. Holy shit. Have we been friends that long?
Uh-huh.
Oh my
How old did you think I was?
God. I figured you were like 36, 37.
I am 36, 37. Yeah.
Are you really 40?
I'm
Holy crap.
I've been 37
How
for 3
old were
years.
you when we met? You were in your 20s.
Probably.
Oh my God, am I gotten old? Wow. Seriously,
He is suddenly realizing the passage of time.
well, as you will all understand, when you're 58, holy shit, you're 40? Okay,
I turned 40 this year.
you look 50.
I'm like, you keep saying I look 40. I don't get why this is insulting. I am 40. Like, you look your age, motherfucker.
Well, the real Nick Nicola, please stand up. I am standing up.
Yeah, I am. No, the real Nick Nicole. Yes, that's me. I don't know why. It's like, I'm Spartacus. No, I'm actually Spartacus.
Spartacus.
I am not these imitators. Me. Anyways,
Anyways,
Memorial Wake.
Memorial Wake. That guy
Isometric.
is in his 20s, though. He's probably what?
Yes, he is in
23?
his 20s. I assume young.
22, 23.
Probably young 20s.
Maybe he can drink legally.
Like he's in college.
yeah, he's in college. So he's 20, 21.
Unless he got in college on a scholarship and he's actually 18.
He could be. He was really young. Like he's talking to me and I'm like,
Anyways.
good Lord, I can smell the
The
milk
most
on your
striking
breath.
thing about the game was the age of the developer to Edie. But it is an isometric Souls-like game, and it is actually structured like a Souls-like game, where you explore. There's a whole parry system to it. When you rest at a bed, enemies respawn. So you are trapped in a dream, and you're trying to rescue your friend from a dream. And all of the enemies in this dream are various forms of nightmares that your character has. A lot of the bosses are like your fears, or the character's fears. So like there's a stray cat that scared him as a child, and that's one of the bosses. I'm trying to remember what one of the other bosses was. Well,
We
because
only
it's
saw one boss. We only saw the feral cat.
oh, that's right. A Jack in the Box.
Oh, that's
Jack in the
right.
Box was
And
with
the,
monkeys,
and the monkeys
monkeys.
with the symbols.
Yeah. So like think of the Stephen King movie that just came out with the monkey. It's one of those monkeys. Those are one of the enemies and one of the sub bosses that you
Stand
fight.
by. AC Ray says, didn't we mention Nick turning 40 on the podcast? Yes,
Probably, but she's old enough that she forgets.
but I'm 58 and I'm senile. All right, moving right along.
Well, just get used to us having to repeat things. We'll have to repeat a
You
lot.
have to repeat them, and I'm going to be saying, what? What? Speak up. And that's true, actually.
You're gonna take like one of those
Chris is-
big tube ear things.
Yeah.
Like what?
Chris is constantly giving me a hard time because he keeps on saying something and I don't hear it. And I'm like, say that again. It's like, you have got to deal with your hearing loss. And I'm like, I do not, because there's nothing I can do. Have you thought about hearing aids? No. I have not.
My hearing is perfect.
Have you
Just repeat what you said.
have you thought about getting a walker? No, you haven't. I'm not thinking of getting hearing aids or dentures. Thank you very much. Not yet. When it becomes a problem. Right now, it's not a problem. I just say, can you say that again a little louder? What
Right now,
What
it's right now it's an irritation,
Yeah.
not a problem.
And-
We have to wait until it becomes an actual problem.
And to be honest, what it is, it's not hearing loss. It's tinnitus. Yeah, I have tinnitus. I have ringing in my ears. I have had it for years.
I would
since
prefer
I was
hearing
a
loss.
child, pretty much. But I have been able to work with it. I mean, good Lord, I was like all into, you know me, I'm all about the sound of the podcast.
She's the audio weirdo.
I'm the audio weirdo because I have been able to compensate because I just have been able to blank out that that roaring in my ears that I've always had since I was a very young child. And was told, oh, it's fine. Your hearing's perfect. Your hearing's perfect. I'm like, no, I hear roaring in my ears all the time. And they're like, well, your hearing's very good. It's like, because I tune out the roaring. Well, now as I'm getting older, the roaring is getting louder. So anyway, it's tinnitus. It's actually ringing in my ears. I can actually hear a ring in my ears as we speak.
Boy, this game really like brought out all the age-related issues on this podcast.
Yeah, it did. Anyway, Memorial Wake.
So yes, Memorial Wake, all the enemies are kind of based off your character's internal fears. In this first level, because it's
Like getting
free-
old.
Oh, that's why. That's why. We talked about fears. A lot of the level is based around children's toys. So one of the major things was rebuilding this train track, and the train is made out of blocks.
Yeah, those old
and it's
like
got those
the
little
wooden
blocked
tracks.
wooden tracks around there. The weapon you get, which is really clever, is an umbrella, and that's your weapon. But it's also your shield because you pop it out to parry. And I think one of the cool things about this game, and it's the thing that made it good to play, is how the parry system worked. Because unlike in a Souls-like game, where like a parry kind of opens up an enemy to a big attack, like you parry them and they get stunned, and then you do a major attack. In this game, the parry has a little like less consequential because it just means that your next attack does extra damage. But because of the way the enemies are designed, their attacks are really readable. And so combat is kind of designed to really, really want you to parry. So there were some enemies where I would parry, attack, and they die. And then other times, if I don't parry them, it'd be like attack, 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 attack. And just like 3 parry attacks versus, 10 normal attacks. And so that really encourages you to parry to get that boost. And it's really satisfying when you do, especially because the way the animation, there's a nice wind up. And unlike Clair Obscur, unlike a lot of Souls games where there's a wind up and then it's like fake out and then they hit you, in this game there's a wind up and then they attack in a predictable manner. And so that makes parrying easy.
You can easily get the timing of it. In fact, it was kind of interesting because he did describe in the interview about how they had kind of tuned that.
Yeah, they worked a lot.
When the parry would actually happen compared to the actual button hit and also in the animation. So that it's like and you had even said that it's like, I've never really thought about it that way, but it's interesting to hear from a developer's point of view about how you can tweak
I think
where that parry is and how that tweaking of it turns it from being frustrating to satisfying.
Yeah, I think he was saying that before the parry was timed to slightly before the enemy attack would hit because of the idea that you would parry, you would block it. So that means you want to hit it before it hits you. Yeah. But a lot of people found that frustrating, even though the parry window was wider than normal, because that timing was offset either earlier or later than people were expecting. It made it harder. So then they changed it to the parry is when the attack will hit you. And even though the parry window is now smaller than it was before, because it's apparently in a more intuitive place, more people can do it.
Right.
And yeah, it's one of those things where I could not tell you if the parry window was when the attack hits or if it's before it or
But
if
you
it's
know
after
it when you feel it.
But I know what's good
Yeah.
because I know when I parry. It's like,
Mhm.
oh, I'm successfully parrying all these attacks.
Right.
It's happening at a time of timing
Right.
that feels intuitive.
You're doing your parry, and if your parry is successful, then you're feeling like it's good.
Yeah.
That it's an intuitive point of collision, so
Yeah.
to speak.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was really interesting to hear that because we as many developers as we have talked to over the years, nobody's actually described that kind of fine tuning of things like
Yeah.
parries because parries are very unique in the I mean, almost every battle game has a parry.
Yeah.
And the fact that I haven't played games when I fucking hate parrying, and there's played games when I fucking love parrying. And the fact that it's like you see how the sausage is made. You're actually understanding, oh, that's
Yeah.
the difference. That was the je ne sais quoi that we didn't know what it was between something that we liked to play and something we didn't.
It makes me want to go try Liza P again.
Right.
Because I played that game and I found the parrying really difficult.
Right.
But then Claire Obscura is all about parrying, and I did it a lot there. The first Berserker Kazan is all about parrying, did it there. Wu Chang has a lot of parrying in it, I did it there. And it's like, oh, especially Kazan, like that game is heavy about parrying, and like it felt so good. And I want to go play Liza P again to try to figure out,
where it
is the timing off, or like maybe I just hadn't wrapped my head around like timing of parrying. Maybe I'm just better at it now than I was then.
And it'll make you a better game player and a better person to give that kind of feedback, which is another thing that I absolutely loved about 6 and also PAX as well. If you care about games, if you like games and like feeling like you're being heard, more so at 6 because it's such a smaller thing and because it's smaller developers, but also at PAX. Many of these small developers, this is the first time that they have actually watched people playing their games.
Yeah.
They've gotten playtesters who have given them feedback, but those are professional playtesters or, other friends or something. But this is getting hundreds, if not thousands of people to play their games, and they're sitting back and they're watching how they're playing. And as they're doing it, they're thinking, everybody gets caught up in this. This is, people aren't seeing what they need to see. We need to go in and we need to change the colors to this so it's more obvious. They're literally they're seeing it played on the floor. Then they go home, go back to their hotels. They make a change to the code and they bring it back the next day to see. Oh, they bring it back the next day to see if it works. If it is very satisfying as a player to actually know that this is where they're watching us, how we play, and the things that are catching us up, the things that are making us not enjoy a game or have troubles with a game, they're watching very carefully and they're making decisions specifically. Like Nick is going to be responsible for a checkpoint in swap meet because while he was playing it, he died and it sent him way too far back. And the developer said, oh shit, we need to have a checkpoint right here. And I'm like, are you seriously going to put a checkpoint in because of Nick? And he goes, yeah, from now on, this is Nick's checkpoint. That's the kind of impact that you can have at events like this, especially PAX, because there's so many small developers. Big like Gamescom, yeah, they do, but not nearly at the level because you don't have so many just players coming in.
I don't know. I
rotating
was given the lead designer on Resident Evil Requiem my feedback, and he was taking it very seriously. I think I will be credited in the credits.
Whatever, Goofy.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
now I think we are
but
up
this makes you a better game player for being able to provide that kind of feedback, because now
Yeah.
you know it's like, I think you need to move that hit.
Yeah.
And they will listen to you here.
Yeah. I think this brings us to today, where I cannot wait to talk about the big budget game we got into playing because the line was shorter. So we got into an hour line for Crimson Desert, which is a game I've been excited to try because
Desert.
it's
Sorry.
it's
I'm just angry at the devs.
and
They're
this
angry
is
at the
and this is
game.
what
angry at
I'm
the devs.
excited to get into. So we're in line. Edie's playing Be My Horde, and we're in line for an hour which is much better than the 6 that it was during the weekend.
Right.
But we're in line, and then we get into a theater where they show kind of a quick edited 10-minute version, because the demo that we played was an hour long.
50 minutes,
50
50.
minutes. And we're showing like an edited 10-minute version of that video at various points. And we have a little card that has all the controls on it. And one of the PR people is like, okay, read the card and study it. And watch the video and study it so that you know the controls. And I will say the game has a lot of buttons. It's very button focused. What does he say?
He says, I have to tiptoe balancing, not mumbling, with not taking that tone of voice when speaking to his mother.
Yes, mother.
Well, he doesn't want to yell because then he's taking that tone of voice,
Uh-huh.
but he doesn't want to mumble. Stop mumbling. Yeah.
I am speaking with
feel-
a respectful level
Let
of
me
volume.
say this respectfully and as loudly as I possibly can.
Oh, what do you also say? I'm 48.
No, he's 40. Yeah, 48. But fat and lack of sun have left my face looking younger. It's true. It's absolutely true. Both of those things will make your face look younger.
Okay, whenever I go out, I will wear a mask.
And get back. And you're well on your way with all of this dough from Dozo.
Oh no, I've still got to close my fitness loop, so I will go out and go for a walk after this to close it. But anyways,
Anyway,
so Crimson Desert.
Crimson Desert.
Then we get into the demo. I volunteer as an individual person so I can get in sooner. But then, and I get to a booth and I start playing. Edie comes in like a couple minutes after me.
No, it was a good 10 minutes later.
Okay, maybe 10 minutes later, you come in, but you sat right next to me.
Right. Just by happenstance, I got sat next.
Yeah. And so I'm playing through it and I'm enjoying it. And I get there, I'm fighting a boss. At a certain point, I see like 10 minutes left in the demo. So I start fast forwarding through the cutscenes because I know there's a boss and I want to try it out. And as I'm fighting, all of a sudden Edie's like, she's got the controller. Fuck this, I'm out. Yeah, and she walks away and does not come back.
Gone. So Nick actually sends me a text, go, where did you rage off to? And it's like, I wasn't angry at the game. Here is why I rage quit on the demo. So the combat mechanism is on all of it is incredibly complicated, multi-button press. There's tons and tons of different attacks that have to deal with elements and different styles, stabs. It's tons of stuff.
I will say,
remember. And there was like literally a card. I mean, when you went in to the demo, one of the, like you're watching this video, she's like, watch this carefully because it will help you play this game. Well, if you're having to watch the video to learn how to play a game, and they handed out a card so you could study it for a half an hour.
And so here's the thing, though.
It's a complicated game.
I think it's actually not as complicated as they made it sound. It's just that it's a number of button presses that, if they were introduced in a linear fashion over time,
yes, if
it would be like absolutely
The Witcher
easy.
was a perfect example. Very complex system of attacks, but over a tutorial that took quite some time, you actually got used to them because they were introduced.
Unlocking new abilities over time, that type of thing. And so as I'm playing it and as I'm in the middle of combat, and I'm like, okay, I want to do this move, and then I want to do this move, and then I'm going to do this move to charge up my magic so that my spin move has more power. It's like, okay, I feel the rhythm. I can get the sense of what attacks are actually important and what attacks are just listed on this card because, I don't know, maybe you can do them.
Right.
And it's like, okay, some of what's written here isn't actually important for the demo.
Right. All
Um,
right. So why I
Yeah.
rage quit.
But the developers themselves, the PR people hyped up, oh, there's a lot of button presses, there's a lot of controls.
you
blah,
need
blah,
to
blah.
know them all, blah, blah, blah.
And I think they might have done the game a bit of a disservice because I don't think it's as bad as they made it seem.
Right. Well, what happened is that this demo starts kind of slow. You're kind of just, learning the easy stuff. And then it slowly puts you onto a battlefield where there's lots and lots and lots and lots of enemies that is going to come to a mini boss. Then there's going to be lots and lots and lots of enemies, some cutscenes that go to a big boss. Well, I knew that it was going to be complicated. I knew I kind of it put me through a little bit of a tutorial, but not enough for all the things I needed to learn. And so I'm going on to finally get to this battlefield. And I kind of just want to test stuff out on these little, mobs, easy ones at the beginning where there's just one or two. And the attendants, one of them came up to me and said, there's an infinite amount of mobs here, so you need to move forward. So he encouraged me, and the game itself kind of said, you need to run through here and not engage. There was actually a little dialogue box that said, don't engage with this character.
Because the way that demo was structured, the way that mission was structured is there's a war going on, and you are sent to
run through the battlefield.
Go behind enemy lines to destroy a tower.
Right.
So you're going through the battle, so you can get stuck fighting a bunch of people, but they will never end. And the mission is meant for you to ride past them.
Right. So I'm hearing from him, you need to move forward now. I'm seeing from the game, you need to move forward now. So I just start booking it. Not engaging with anyone, just booking it. And of course, I have not actually gotten to use or gotten used to using all of these attacks that were just thrown at me very quickly. So I never got the chance to kind of find that rhythm, to learn how to structure my attacks, learn which ones were important, which ones weren't. Nick got that because nobody told him, you need to just run. So I run. Well, the farther in you get, the more enemies they are, and they start to swarm you. And then one of the things they say is, oh, you need to get rid of that outpost. I'm like, get rid of this outpost. I have just trained the entire map behind me, and now you want me to stop and get rid of this outpost? So by the time I actually got to the mini boss, I had 60 people surrounding me at that point. And I realized, and what made me rage quit wasn't the game itself. I will give it full credit. It's probably a very good game. It's probably something I've really liked. That being said, what made me rage quit, because I realized I had gotten some shitty advice from that motherfucker behind me who said run. So that's what made me rage quit. And I had waited an hour and 15 minutes, which means I couldn't just start it over because fuckhead told me to run. So that's what made me rage quit, was that I waited this long and there was no way I was going to wait again to go through this in order to get to actually play the game the way that I needed to play it in order to actually test it. That's what made me rage quit. So I'm like, fuck this. I walked out because I couldn't play it at this point. He had made it so I couldn't actually review the game. So that's what made me rage quit. So anyway, he said, where did you rage off to? I'm like, the ladies' room, where I sat on the toilet and played Be My Whore. I did. I needed to calm down and play Be My Whore. It's one button. Press A and just go and just.
I just need to play my happy game. I'm going to play my happy game.
I was so angry. I was shaking. I'm like, oh, I need to play my happy game.
They're like those Crimson Desert fuckers. Yeah, those knights. Yeah, you're the PR people. Oh, I'm killing you, and then I'm bringing you back as my slave.
And then I'm gonna kill you again.
Just because I'm so pissed at you.
Yes. So that's why I rage quit.
So yeah. So one of the abilities you
And
would
this is
have
the first
seen.
time I've ever rage quit a game at PAX. But it was, like I said, it was not the game.
Here's the tutorial.
It was
Bad tutorialization.
fuckhead behind me telling me that I needed to run. He needed to leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah, one of the abilities you get as you go in there, and you have to like open up. I think the menus are probably a little confusing because the way it is set up is like you open a radio menu, then you have to switch to your weapon, and then you can switch the element of your weapon.
Mm-hmm.
But that
Yeah.
takes like 3 button presses.
Yeah, no, I
Um,
could switch the element of my weapon,
well-
and I knew that I only had a certain amount of them, so I would have to like switch between them.
Yeah.
But actually using them effectively, that
Yeah.
was the
There's
challenge.
also one of
like
the
having to charge up with the 2 front buttons and then repeatedly hit the regular
Yeah.
button to actually do that.
Mm.
By the time that I actually got to the boss, I couldn't. He was just like bashing me back and forth, and I'm like,
that's one of the things.
it's not
I
charging.
think
It's not charging.
I think that charging move is less useful than it appears. I did the R1, R2. That move, I used that move a
Really?
lot.
I
That was my
using
main move.
the one move that would got me as far as it did was the R3 press down where it would hit you like
Oh,
that
really?
and freeze.
I don't think I ever used that.
Oh, it
one.
was great. You could hit them like that and it would freeze them, and it's like whap, 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 and you could get them. But it also used up your mana.
Well, there was another ability, an arrow, where you
The
could
whistling
shoot
arrow?
them. The whistling arrow, you shoot them and it calls down like
That was
artillery
the
fire.
only reason why I got to
Oh,
the mini
yeah?
boss was I
Oh,
was like,
yeah.
shoot, 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 everything. Everybody's getting a whistling. You get a whistling arrow. You get a
I did that too. We're just like,
Everybody gets a whistling arrow. And
oh,
it's like out of whistling arrows. Fuck.
really?
Yeah,
You ran out?
As I got to the mini boss, out of whistling arrows.
Oh, I never ran out. I thought they were infinite.
No, there were 24 of them.
I did distinctly notice you had 99 healing
99.
items.
Yeah, you had 99 food.
And I definitely,
And I got down to 50.
wow.
Yeah, no, seriously.
I beat the
I was
boss.
healing as I'm running, because he's like,
You're just
run.
arrow, food. Arrow, food.
That's how I got to the mini boss. So I get to the mini boss. I'm like, I'm here.
I ended up beating the boss at demo, but I definitely abused the food. I'm like, I'm fighting. Oh, I'm at half health. Let's mash that directional button
That's right.
to
right,
use
right,
it.
Right,
and
and
eat.
you're healthy.
Oh, okay, I'm back. If they limit that in any way, it's like, okay, maybe
Well,
I'll
if
have
you
to.
died, it would bring you back instantly right where you were, which was for
Oh,
me
really?
even worse. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it would bring you right back. It's like instant respawn at that spot. So, which was even worse because if you're in a fight surrounded by enemies, you would instantly respawn.
Yeah.
And they would kill you instantly. And it's like after
Well-
about 6 times of them killing me, that's when I rage quit. And I realized that I had been given bad information. And I left because I was concerned for the safety of the guy standing behind me. Because if it had been at somebody I knew, I would have laid into him in the kind of way that I laid into Kevin right before he stabbed himself in the hand because I yelled at him so hard. I was that angry. So yeah, it was a
Story there.
there's a story that might have told you the time that Kevin stabbed himself in the hand because I yelled at him so hard.
Maybe, but I don't necessarily remember it.
And
but,
my mother
but
said,
I
my
feel-
mother said that she would disown me if I ever did that again because she likes me, but she loves him.
Okay, let's touch on that another time.
That's another story.
That's for our next therapy session.
Okay.
Deal. I do think, as I was playing it, I did feel like there was kind of a Dynasty Warriors element to it because Dynasty Warriors, do you know that game? Yeah, famous for having hundreds of enemies on screen.
Right.
And this one has dozens of enemies, but they do all attack you. And so there is an element of like crowd control that you have to get into. And I think that comes from like using the magic abilities to kind of create explosions that make people blow up and fly away. But the game itself is like kind of an interesting fantasy world. I don't know much about the story, but it does feel like kind of your typical serious, relatively grounded fantasy adventure where you've got, you know, knights that wield magic, and you're talking about the king is coming here. Oh, they've taken the castle. One of our
The usurper, the
generals
traitor
is a
taking the castle.
turncoat, and
Yeah.
he took the castle. You have to go get it back. So think Game of Thrones, but like way more magic-y.
Mhm.
I don't know much about the world itself, but
You probably play some kind of warrior that has
yeah, like a gray mare. They call you the gray mare, or like gray, not gray.
Let's say Grey Warden.
I keep wanting to say Grey Warden, but it's not Grey Warden.
But it's like a Grey Warden in that you are
You're someone special.
someone special with like a Witcher Grey Warden, that one person that has that special
Yeah.
powers that nobody else has.
I do think this is. I feel like this is China's version of The Witcher.
That is a very interesting concept. Yeah, I can see that. I
Mhm.
can absolutely see that. And his name is
Cliff
Cliff,
with a K because it's fantasy.
which is funny because I have a cousin. My cousin is named Cliff. He was like 6'3" and like 300 pounds, and everybody called him Cliffy.
Is
And he was
is this guy?
hilarious.
He,
No,
he could
no,
cosplay as this
he
guy.
wasn't this way. He was this way. Cliffy.
Oh, okay.
Cliffy was the biggest kid ever. So whenever I hear Cliff, I'm like, hey, Cliffy. Anyway, sorry. But yes, you're Cliff with a K, so you're a fantasy.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, I'm interested to play more because I like the feel of it. I'm kind of interested in the world, and also it's a grand single player RPG from China, which is like the country that I feel is making more grand single player RPGs than the US. So I'm like, hey, you're kind of making the games I dig, so you know, I want to see what this is about.
Yeah, I agree. And it's you saying that, all of a sudden it's like that's exactly what this is. It is China's Witcher.
I'm 90% sure it's from China, but I feel like I should double check.
Can anybody research that there? See, Cliff, leader of the Greymanes.
Oh, Greymane, that's what it is. Yes, Greymane. That's
Grey
what he's called.
Wardens. Yeah.
Oh no, is it Korean? Because it's from the creators of Black Desert Online, which I believe was a Korean RPG.
What's the name of the company?
Pearl Abyss.
Pearl Abyss is Korean.
Okay, then yeah, South Korean. So okay, South Korean. It's South Korea's Witcher.
Korean asshole told me to run.
Next time
I will hold it against the entire country for that for the rest of my life.
You're now supportive.
Oh,
of Korea.
I absolutely.
You're like Kim Jong-un. I'm on your side. Let's fuck those Southerners up.
I will forgive. I will never forget. Korea, just so you know, I will forgive. I will not forget.
Mm-hmm. All that K-pop, fuck it, in the trash.
Not fuck it, but you know, if I get the opportunity to betray it behind its back, I absolutely will. And I'll be like, remember Crimson Desert.
K-pop demon hunters, watch out.
Remember the Alamo. Remember
Edie
Crimson
comes
Desert.
for you.
Right. Anyway, so
remember PAX 2025.
So yeah, Crimson Desert, and I will say this, it looked gorgeous. It looked like exactly the kind of game I would absolutely love, which was also frustrating to me because it looks like the kind of game I would absolutely love, that I would slow play while other people fast play.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing is like, it's the kind of, okay, that's right. I forgot about this until now. There was a really hilarious moment early in the demo that I had. You're kind of dropped into this refugee camp where they're giving you like, you know, the commanders are telling you, go here, this is the mission. And the mini map tells you like, go along this road. I specifically went off that road to explore a different part of the camp. There wasn't anything interesting there, but I went up this ramp And I was looking around, and I'm like, okay, there's nothing here. Okay, I'm gonna get back on track. So I turn and I start booking it down the ramp. As I do that, these two kids are coming up the ramp, and I bump into them, and I knock them off the ramp. And all the characters around me suddenly stand up, and they're like, "What the hell? We saw that. I saw what you did. How much you gonna give me to not see what I saw?" And I was like, "Oh my fucking god!" I was like, the characters acknowledged that I pushed these kids over. And I was like, "Oh
awesome.
shit!" It was awesome. I was like, "Oh my god, I love this!" Like, because I'm just like, I'm treating it like a video game. I'm just gonna book it down the road. And I ran, I'm like, bump. And at first I was like, these kids got knocked over. And then I was like, everyone stands up. It's like, oh, well, that's kind of weird. It's like, I saw what you did. It's like, wait a minute, you did?
The peasants are revolting. You said it. They stink.
I saw what you did. And then as I keep going, someone's like, it's like, well, maybe I didn't see what you did for the right price. And I'm like, wait, what the fuck? Am I getting extorted by a refugee?
That's awesome.
So
Okay, that makes me even want to play the game more.
I know, and that makes me really excited for it, because like that level of reaction to the world, I think, is really interesting.
Yeah.
There was 1.2. You can like take equipment off of people.
Mhm.
So like if you kill someone, you can go up and loot their body.
Mhm.
There's a lot, as you're walking through the world, getting to the front lines, there's a lot of refugees sitting on the side of the road.
Yeah.
And I walked up to one, and for a moment I saw the prompt to like take the shovel on his back. And I thought, could I steal from this dude? And I thought, I want to go do the mission. I want to get to the
Also,
combat.
I remember what I did to the kids, and they really hated that.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know how much. Maybe I'm gonna piss everyone off. But yeah, I'm interested, like the level of reaction to the world around you.
And that makes me love it more because it does remind me of The Witcher.
Yeah.
You
It
know?
also makes me want to like push over every kid I come across. Oh, there's a kid?
You're gonna huckabuck your way through the whole game.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I'm just like, dun, dun. Oh, there's a stand, dodge roll.
Yeah. AC Ray
yeah,
says
it's
South
absolutely
Korea,
okay. Yeah, South Korea.
you watch too many K dramas.
Ooh, he's got you
Point.
there.
Point. And he says Nick has even more reason to watch The Glory now, so he can track it.
Oh, I
That's
never,
true. Oh, you've got to see The Glory.
I never went. I
You know,
tried.
I tried to tell Chris to watch it.
Look, I tried to watch it. I got 4 episodes in, and I'm like, this is just kind of boring, and I have not gone back to it.
Have you seen the torture scenes?
No,
Oh.
because I got 4 episodes in, and I was like, this is kind of boring. Nothing's happening.
Oh, yeah. It gets interesting.
I'm sure it
If you're
does,
gonna wa-
but
if you're
like,
gonna watch The Glory, you have to watch it to the torture scenes. That's when you become
4
emotionally invested, and the torture scenes are no fucking joke.
4-hour-long
I
episodes.
Haven't seen the torture scenes. I fast forwarded through them because I got halfway through them and they were so disturbing. I couldn't watch them. I had to fast forward through all of them. When the hot curling iron came out, that's when I had to move forward.
And maybe that'll get interesting. Maybe that's something's happening, but I found it a little painfully slow.
They have to go 20 episodes. It's like a 12 episode story. They got to go 20 episodes because Subway.
Look, I watched
Subway needs that money, baby.
I watched 4 episodes of Wednesday season 2, and like I got a whole narrative arc out of that. And I watched
Wednesday season 2 is out?
Yeah.
Oh, didn't know that.
And then I watched 4 episodes of Lawyer, and I'm like, man,
No,
what's
it's worth
going
it. It's
on?
worth it. It's an investment.
Well,
It's an
I will-
investment that's worth it.
I will not help you in that fight against Chris. I will warn him. I will actively warn him away from it.
And here's the thing. He got through 3 or 4 episodes of Barry and didn't like Barry.
Okay, I
Have
still
any of
haven't
you
tried
seen Barry?
I still haven't seen that one.
So good. So good.
Weren't the torture scenes early? Maybe You know what? Maybe I was so bored that I just zoned out during
Zoned
the
out the
torture scenes.
torture scenes.
And I'm just like, oh, there's a curling
you
iron.
knew
Okay.
that she was bullied, but I don't think that the truly graphic, fucked up torture scenes, they come through, I want to say episode 5, episode 6, when you really see
here's the thing, too.
why she's exacting
Here's
this
the thing, too.
revenge.
I've seen enough horror movies. I don't give a shit about torture
It's
scenes.
not horror. That's the thing.
No,
It's not
but
horror.
what I'm saying
It's
is,
finding it's getting something that you are in so that you understand the deep set emotion of why she is going to destroy
okay,
these 5 people in a way that would, if it didn't have that, she would be an awful person. But you have to find that sympathy because you have to understand where all those scars on her back.
I mean,
came
I
from.
certainly didn't get to that point because I'm watching her like talk to these people and spy on these people, and I'm like, yeah, I know she was bullied, but I just don't give a shit about her. I don't give a shit about the bullies. I don't give a shit about anyone or
Did
what
you see
they're
her back?
doing.
Have you seen her back?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Or
Well, she takes
if
off
I
her back
did,
and it's covered with scars.
if I did, and again, if it's covered in scars, oh no, what an interesting mystery. How about you actually tell me
Right.
that instead of just
eventually gets
teasing
to
it?
it.
It's just like,
Fun fact, it's the curling
slow.
iron.
It's slow. It's just really, really slow. And there's a lot of TV I want to watch. There's a lot of games I want to play. I don't have time to invest in
All right.
20 episodes
That's
like that.
Anyway,
anyways,
we're in
Crimson
the torture
Desert.
scenes of the Crimson Desert. We're still talking about this horrible game.
Yeah. No, I think we're done with it. We can now move on to the other games that we played. You played something called Galactic
Hotel. Hotel Galactic.
Okay, I didn't see this at all.
Yeah, this is a very cozy hotel management game that would be, I don't want to say like not very unimpactful, except for the fact that it is so fucking beautiful. Absolutely everything in the game is hand drawn, hand painted. The aesthetic and the story was inspired by Miyazaki, Spirited Away, Studio Ghibli, that kind of thing. It's a very, very, I don't want to say run of the mill. It's not run of the mill. It's a very good hotel management game. Cozy, something that you could sit down and play and explore this story. What I found out is that right now there actually is a comic book that is out telling the prequel, the story of it. Not the story of the game, but the prequel, a story of one of the characters in the game that is out on Webtoon right now. So you can actually see the artwork. You can actually, get a sense of the game to start with. It's, I don't want to say standard fare. You are I guess, spirit-esque kind of thing. You arrive at this place and you are known as the Pilgrim. And you meet a spirit who owned a hotel, and the people that worked at the creatures that worked at the hotel are still alive. But the hotel has fallen on hard times. It's not in the way it used to be, but it has such potential. So you agree to help rehab it and put it back to making it a popular hotel. So you have to build new rooms, furnish those rooms, clean up things, go out and get resources so that you can make food, create new recipes, create a dining room, and then you have to get out the dining room. Essentially, you have to run a hotel. It's very heavily story driven. What I was able to glean from the developer after talking to her is that ultimately the spirit who owns the hotel, Gustav, has had the reason why the hotel has fell on hard times was because of some things that happened to him before he died. And you can either encourage the spirit to accept what happened in the past and move forward, or to not accept what happened in the past and seek revenge.
Mm-hmm.
Which is kind of interesting when you think of Studio Ghibli, you don't think revenge story. It's doesn't necessarily, especially with this kind of, this beautiful hand painted, little cute characters, cute animal characters. You don't really think of it as being something that you could actually have a dark side to. And I thought that was really interesting. So it was hard to get a real good sense of how deep it goes and how good it is on the show floor, because this is PAX. In fact, the what was her name? Started with a K. The
Karen Christie.
no,
No.
no, whatever you're going to say, it's no. Anyway, she was saying that it was very frustrating because a lot of content creators would come up to do video of this game because it was so pretty, and then they play it and they would like drift off very quickly because it's not the kind of game that has this like heavily impactful, like it wasn't good video content because it's the kind of slow, beautiful game that you play slowly, kind of like a Spirit Fair.
Yeah.
Where it's not great for like, if you want the YouTube content that's going to grab people, this is not the game that you want to be filming. However, if you like very sweet, very cozy games that may or may not have a little bit of a dark side to it as you go farther into this very complex story, the whole time being utterly gorgeous, this is the kind of game for you. So yeah, Hotel Galactic is the name of it. It is on Twitch. So fun fact that I found out, whenever we ask any of the developers where to find more information, it used to be where to find more information, they would give you a website. Now they tell you go to Steam and wishlist us. You will find all the information there. You'll find the videos there. You will find all that. And you can converse with the devs by putting comments there. It's now the place it's the portal to actually connect with these small developers, especially the ones in early access. So yeah, I mean, if you're interested in that, please go to the Steam page. Also, ancientforgestudio.com. I believe she said that there was a video there as well, but the website, she said, is gorgeous. But also, if you go to Webtoons, you will find the Hotel Galactic comic book that is available for free currently to kind of give you the prequel to it. It's very pretty. I liked it. I loved it. It's the kind of game that I would spend many, 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 many hours sitting. Oh, and it's going to be on console. She said flat out, we know it's going to console.
Okay.
It's many hours that I would spend on console, and I wouldn't play it all the time, but I would always come back to it when it was between like the big titles I needed. This is the one that I would come back to and continue building my hotel. Anyway, so that's Hotel Galactic. Those are the other games. What did you see?
Okay. I saw Game, which is spelled G apostrophe AIM apostrophe E.
Right.
Which is
GMA, but okay.
No, it's GAIM E, because it's a like plug and play light gun solution.
Ooh. You talk about that?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Okay. So yeah, what it is, it was a Kickstarter. The Kickstarter ended, but they've kept it open so you can like purchase it now. If you're listening to this after the fact and it's not available on Kickstarter, you can go to the website. But it's basically like a mini console with some light gun games, and you can just plug it into a TV and play light gun games. And it basically uses AI to like scan your screen to judge like, okay, this is the distance. You have to calibrate it by shooting at specific points. But then like it's a working light gun game for modern televisions. All of the technology is in the gun itself. Like there's a camera there that can see your screen, that scans it, and it uses AI fancy stuff to like judge where you should be shooting. Right now, because it's like a mini console, it can ship with Time Crisis. I think there are various levels of the bundle. You can get it with just the gun and Time Crisis, or you can get it with the gun, Time Crisis, Point Blank, Steel Gunner, and Steel Gunner 2. And then you can get like a higher tier bundle that comes with 2 guns. But if you get the one with Time Crisis, it does come with a pedal too, because you need the pedal for Time Crisis. But as I'm playing it, like the idea that you can just take this thing, plug it into your television, and the gun itself is wired. It's not wireless. I think they currently have on PAX floor a 3-meter long cable, but they're working to ship. They will ship it with a 4-meter long cable because since it's not actually looking at the screen, since there's no signal coming from the screen to the gun, it's just the gun forward. You can use it on a projector as well as a screen, or you can use it on big screen TVs. And so they want to give you a cable that's long enough to work with that. But the whole point is it works surprisingly well for a mini console that you just plug into your TV, and then you plug the light gun in, and you can play a light gun game on a modern television. It's a really cool thing. And it's nice to kind of have this lost piece of arcade history be brought back to modern times, because light guns are something that don't work on modern consoles. They don't work on modern TVs. They used to with the CRTs, but ever since we went to the plasma, like we kind of lost that
With the
technology.
exception of Viva la Revolution. It worked for the
I don't know what's Viva la
the Kinect.
Revolution.
The Kinect, Microsoft Kinect.
Oh,
Remember Viva la
Well,
Revolution?
that wasn't
That's a
necessarily a
throwback to
light
go with.
gun, right? Because you didn't have a gun. I think there was like a VR. I guess VR games are like the spiritual successor to light gun games.
Mhm.
But the point is, this is like kind of a mini proof of concept for this technology, and it works surprisingly well. Like I was sitting there shooting at guys, and occasionally I'd shoot, and it would feel like, okay, maybe the cursor is a little off. Maybe I should
Mhm.
recalibrate it. But other times I would aim, I'd shoot, and I'd be like, I hit that thing dead on.
Mhm.
There's a mini game in Point Blank, which is like a shooting light gun game that's basically filled with mini games, where there's a UFO flying around and you have one shot to take it out. And so I was like, I don't know. Like sometimes the calibration can be a little iffy. Am I going to make it? And I went, I got it in one shot.
Nice.
Um,
I said,
yeah.
if the cable detachable, I'd be worried about a short on specialized equipment.
Why would you be worried about a short?
A short, electrical short. Like,
But like,
when you have a cable that's constantly moving like that, you can actually short it out. How expensive is this?
The lower tier bundle is like $99. That comes $100. That comes with the mini console and the light gun.
Yeah.
That comes with
That's
basically
not horrifically expensive for
Time
something.
Crisis and the light gun.
Oh, you can actually get Time Crisis with the light gun.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And then I think 150 gets you the 4 games, Time Crisis and the Time Crisis pedal.
Mhm.
So instead of using the button to duck and go up, you actually have the pedal that you can use to duck and go up.
Nice.
And then there's a $200 bundle that comes with an extra gun and like some extra bonus stuff.
So that's pretty affordable as opposed to the boots that we saw. What was the name of those boots?
Oh yeah, I don't know. It's like Evo something.
Exo. Maybe it was Ecto boots.
It was like boots that let you walk in VR. I still don't know how it works. It was kind of interesting.
It was
to
interesting to watch
because like someone would take steps forward and the boots would
actually
back.
let you moonwalk. For all intents and purposes, you were just moonwalking in place.
I scanned the QR code and went to the website, and I saw, oh, I can get 33% off. I can get $1,000 off this purchase. That's awesome. Now it's only $3,000. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, they're $3,000.
No, $3,000 with
With a discount.
the PAX special discount.
They're $4,000, but you get a deep discount with PAX code.
Like you gotta
Yeah,
have a real
Yeah,
major VR.
that's some balls right there. A,
Yeah, the people
coming to PAX. B, doing it this year. That's some brass ones.
yeah. So the people at Game are definitely trying to make a more affordable
Right.
version than that.
They knew who gamers are.
And like, yeah, like $100, $150, I think is kind of the base version.
You
'Cause
found it.
want all
There
four
you go. There it
versions.
is. Ecto VR.
Oh yeah, Ecto VR. I can't believe you found it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, we might have to like put some videos on
the-
screen
okay,
to
let's
see
if we
it.
can find it. Yeah. We'll
Yeah,
put those up.
you do that.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
Well,
keep talking.
I keep talking.
You keep talking. I'm just gonna type. I'm sorry that
Yeah,
you're
like I said,
seeing this.
I think it's really cool that this technology, like this is like a use of AI that doesn't seem highly objectionable and terrible, because it's like, oh, we're using this technology to like bring an old piece of arcade experience to modern technology, to modern TVs in a way that kind of wouldn't be possible otherwise. Like I said, it works surprisingly well. They like right now it's just those 4 games: Time Crisis, Point Blank, Steel Gunner, and Steel Gunner 2. But depending on how this goes, depending on how successful it is, they will expand that into a second mini console that has like Time Crisis 2. And so I think that's really cool. And I as someone that grew up kind of playing light gun games, it was nice to see this in the arcade. It's nice to see the arcade come home.
There they are. The Ecto boots.
So this is not Game. This is Ecto VR. This is the
It
$4,000.
looks like he's walking when you look at his feet, but in actuality, he's standing. He's not moving at all. You look at that, and it's like, oh,
Oh,
he's
I don't know.
not. He's
It actually
walking. He's
looks like-
walking. But then you realize, oh, he's not walking. He's just standing. He's walking incredibly normally.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe not normally, because it looks like
It's like
walking,
big old boots. It's
it looks
big
like
old
he's
boots.
walking with snow boots on.
Yes, he's walking with snow boots on. Anyway, so that's the Ecto boots.
Okay, at that price, Ecto VR seems like it's for commercial locomotions, which could have their own space anyway.
Yeah,
It's almost like for specialized, I don't know, VR escape rooms or something like that.
maybe.
Anyways, it was a cool. It's like, hey, it's cool. This
It
technology
was cool.
exists.
We walked by
It's
it.
not
It's like, this is
really
awesome. This looks
feasible.
really cool. And then Nick looked it up, and it's like, fuck this.
Yeah,
No
I
way.
also still don't know completely
I would-
how it works.
If I was going to spend that kind of money, I would spend it on a Geek Chic gaming table.
I'm also like annoyed that the website doesn't explain how it works. I want to know the actual specific technology.
Are you sure that the website doesn't explain how it works?
I mean, I did a brief scan of it, so
Okay.
I didn't look that
Right.
deeply. But you go to the About section, it doesn't say, here's how our
Here's how it
proprietary
works.
technology works.
Well, of course. That's right.
Oh, fuck that. I want to know.
I want to know so I can make it for $2,000 instead of $4,000. No.
Look, Disney put out that video of their like in-place treadmill, and they kind of explained how that worked
Yeah.
in like more detail
True.
than these people did.
True. Well, anyway,
So-
we're not talking about that. We're talking about the light gun. I'm talking about the
No.
game light gun.
Moving on from that, the last game I saw was Aether and Iron. Oh, locations. Okay, that makes more sense. Aether and Iron, which is a
Ether, A-E-T-H-R.
Aether, A-E.
A-E-T-H-E-R, Ether and Iron.
No, Aether,
It's Ether.
Aether,
It's Ether.
Aether,
It's Ether.
Aether,
Ether.
Aether,
Ether.
Aether,
Ether.
Aether,
Ether,
Aether, Aether,
Ether,
Aether,
Ether,
Aether, 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 Aether.
All right, Ether and Iron.
Aether and Iron. It's a Aether. Not turn-based. Well, actually, there is turn-based combat in it, but it is a narrative-driven, like visual novel RPG, where you play as like smuggler in what they called a like deco punk, because it's like a kind of 1930s, except that 1930s New York has like anti-gravity technology, and so the city has become defined by these floating islands that are at war with each other, because
Okay.
each floating island is like its own government, its own community.
Okay.
And so you play as a smuggler on one of those islands.
I want to have some of the spiky because I haven't tasted it. I want to at least
Oh.
see what it tastes like before I stop drinking.
You'll have to take some of mine then.
Oh, was that the last of it?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. You
Um,
have really hit that because I mean I have to bring that to Sarna to the amaretto.
but the Discerno is also like way heavier. It's way
It's
more
a-
alcohol content.
Yes, it is.
That's the Viking's blood is mead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you play as like a 1930s style smuggler woman. And so it's a noir-esque adventure set in this kind of Art Deco cyberpunk future. So because you're a smuggler, the things you level up as you go along are not, strength, agility, all that. It's what is it? There's like street smarts. There's I forget the specific terms, but it's like this. It's defining what kind of noir detective you want to be. You don't like it? It is sweet. That's what mead is.
Well, I mean, so is that, but
mead is a different kind of sweet.
it's a different. I have no problem with mead. That's very heavy in juniper, and I like gin. Not a big fan of juniper.
I mean ginger?
No, juniper. There's juniper.
It has hibiscus and ginger added.
No, I love ginger. There is an element of evergreen / juniper to it, and it may be just because of the nature of putting those things together, but there is
I don't know if there's juniper specific.
there is an evergreen taste to it that is a bitter evergreen that's not
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways,
good.
so yeah, you're defining what kind of noir detective you want to be. Do you want to be the kind of noir detective that goes around like getting into fights and beating people up to get information? Do you want to be the noir detective that's like a smooth talker who's like, hey, I want to get information out of you and you talk your way out of things? Or do you want to be like the mechanic? Because combat revolves around your car.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
And I'll get to combat because combat's really neat. But it's very story driven.
Mm-hmm.
And they emphasize that they want to make kind of a light RPG. So even though you're adding like these points into your skill checks, it's not like Fallout, right? Or Outer Wilds, not Outer Wilds, Outer Worlds, where I'm going to invest into the smooth talker skill tree, and that's going to unlock a whole other levels of conversation that otherwise wouldn't exist. Like, no, it's a small team. You'll be able to pass some skill checks. But it's more about like the role-playing fun of it.
Mm-hmm.
But the whole game is like fully voiced. The voice acting is really good.
Okay.
The art is really good. And it gets you into the story right away where you're a smuggler meeting with some, mysterious high-class businessman who's like, hey, I'm going to hire you for a babysitting job. You need to move this woman. You're going to go outside and you're going to meet her, take her to like the lower slums. And so you go and you meet her, and then you immediately get into a car chase fight. And then you stop and you're like, okay, we're good. We need to like kind of repair the car. We need to go on a ferry. And then someone steals your car. And you're like, motherfuckers, someone stole my car. And you're like, you girl, you're going to help me get my car back. Because A, it's my car. And also B, whatever secret item you have is still in my car. So it's right away, it's an interesting world. It's an interesting mystery. It's like I want to know more about these characters because they're fun and compelling. There was one specific skill check that was like meant to be hard, where you could lie to the girl and say, she's like, "Oh, are you a smuggler?" And you could lie and say, "No, I'm something else."
Absolutely not. I'm a
Well, you decide
babysitter.
like, no, I actually passed it by luck because I just rolled high. And my character's like, no, I'm a comics artist. And the girl's like, oh, really? Which one? And just started naming off all these like fantasy, steampunk comics. And my character's like, don't ask about my job. Like, just don't go down this road. It's like, okay, that's fun.
Awesome. That's awesome.
But then the way combat works is it's a turn-based combat that takes place on a grid,
Mm-hmm.
but it's all high-speed car chases. And so the background is always moving. And when you're on the grid, as you go through the game, you'll unlock new characters that you can take with you. And so on this grid, you can have like your teammates on the grid with you. But for the purposes of this demo, there was me, my enemy, and then 2 civilian cars because it's a high-speed car chase on a public road.
Okay.
And so
Don't mind me. I'm just
as a
looking this
car,
up.
you have the ability to you have different moves. You can ram the car ahead of you. That will do like 4 damage to them, but 2 damage to you. Or you can shoot them with a shotgun, but you can only shoot them with a shotgun, left or right, because you're sticking it out the side of your car, so you can't hit them if they're in front of you or behind you. But because this is a high-speed car chase and they want to take speed into account, moving backwards in the grid, so moving from the top of the grid to the bottom, takes 1 action point, because it's a turn-based game. So that means in any combat you have action points that govern what you can do during your turn. So moving from the top of the grid down is like slowing down, so that costs 1 action point. But moving up the grid, speeding up, takes a lot more energy, so that costs 2 action points. So depending on how you move about the grid, it's like, I'm going to slow down, I'm going to speed up, but that costs a different amount of points. But then you also have different attacks. But what's also cool is when you destroy an enemy, because it's a high-speed car chase, when you destroy them at a certain part of the grid, they will turn into wreckage that then propagates down the grid and destroys or damages any cars behind it. So in the demo, the way we had it set up, I could kill the enemy, but there was a civilian car behind him.
See, what I'm seeing here does not look turn-based.
That's turn-based.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah, that car chase. So I killed the guy, and then his car crashed, but then that wreckage crashed into the civilian car behind him, which then wrecked the civilian car and killed that civilian. And it was like, at first I was like, oh, he's fine. And his car exploded. And I was like, oh, he's not okay. And the thing is, that actually has an impact on the narrative, because that kind of determines what kind of detective you are. The more civilians you kill in combat, that increases your heat, which is like the attention that gets brought to you, right? It's like heat level in GTA.
Right.
How much attention are you drawing to yourself?
Right.
And so that means, based on that level of heat, as you're traveling about the city, so as you're moving through the world map, going from like one location to another, you can encounter random events.
Right.
Some of those random events are story-based. Others could be, you know what? You killed a bunch of civilians and now you're wanted by the police. So you got that shit to deal with.
Right.
But also, if you kill a lot of civilians, you're a fucking maniac. And so you could then more easily intimidate thugs in the story because you have a reputation for being a maniac.
Right.
But you also have a lot of attention on you. So do you want to draw that attention to yourself, or do you want to be a little bit more subtle? And so how you act in combat kind of affects your reputation outside.
Right.
Yeah.
AC Ray says, y'all had me lost in Brain Donors 1992 movie scenes trying to find the ether.
Oh, either bit?
Is it
Brain
ether,
Donors?
Ether bit?
I've never even heard of that movie.
Yeah. Okay. I guess we know what we're doing when we're done with you guys. We're going to literally be watching on this screen, right where you are right now.
Hey, I got to go for a walk and get some exercise, remember?
Whatever. All right. So,
he also said, Brain Donors was a spiritual remake of A Night at the
Opera. Really? You mean the Marx Brothers movie? Okay, I'm in.
You can watch that. That's before my time.
It's before my time. It was 1930s. Jesus. Okay.
Yes, Aether and Iron.
Aether and Iron.
Like, it's a light RPG with a really interesting story, really interesting art, and really interesting combat. Like, I want to see more of it.
Last thing we're going to talk about before you go for your walk.
Okay.
Fresh Tracks.
Oh, yes.
Fresh Tracks and Birdseed.
Nick is a god at Fresh Tracks.
No. The hard is hard.
I'm not gonna lie. I really want to be good at Fresh Tracks. It comes from a studio called Buffalo. I want to be good at it because the music is so freaking good.
And we do have a vinyl of the music that they gave us.
Oh my God,
So
can I have that?
if any of you out there have a record
I
player,
kind of want to get a record player just to get the vinyl because the music was
if any of you have a
so.
record player, let us
Why did
know
he give it to you and not me?
because I'm the
Because I
one that
s-
played the game.
Because I sucked at it.
Yeah.
I played it too. I just not for very long.
You can't appreciate the music if you don't survive long enough to hear the music.
That's true. All right. So the name of the game is Fresh Tracks. It's from the studio called Buffalo. It is a rhythm game along the lines of rock band. Well, I mean, sort of rock band. I mean, more like what would you?
It's a weird combination of like with rhythm and RPG.
Yeah.
But basically think of Rock Band with the note track, but instead of notes coming down, you are skiing on those tracks going up.
on a music bar.
Yeah. And so you're skiing on those tracks and obstacles will come toward you. That obstacle may be like something that you have to jump over. Maybe it's just
You
a
have to
block in the way, so you have to jump
switch.
tracks. Or maybe it's something that you have to lean.
Or something that you have to actually swing
Yeah,
a
something that
sword
you have
at.
to swipe because you have a sword with you. And so it's that combination of,
Or duck.
yeah, like lean, duck, jump, move, or attack.
Yeah.
So it's like a very kind of simple set of controls, but as you get to hard levels, they start mixing them together so that you have to duck and lean, that you have to attack and jump at the same time. You have to start doing these
And of
things
course, it's
simultaneously.
all to go with music. It is all in time
Yes,
with music.
because this is a rhythm game.
And the music's, at least the stuff that we saw, which
Yeah.
is kind of like
And part of me,
pop,
okay, so
was
part of me,
gorgeous.
I beat the first boss.
Yes.
And then I got off and you sat down to play. And I was really upset when you reset the game because the guy who comes next is like, hey, this guy's got the metal music.
I
This
know,
guy's
I
got the
kinda wanted
hard.
to hear it.
And I was like, I know eating might not be good, but I'm sure there's an easy level coming up. She can play the easy level and I'll just get to hear like the rock version of
And he
these
saw me in the
songs.
tutorial.
And then I was like,
And
oh,
then it's
God
like,
damn
oh
it.
no, she wouldn't have made it through like the first
You
30 seconds.
reset, and now I can't hear the rock versions of these songs.
Essentially, it's songs. I don't want to say the same songs, but many of the songs are redone in different genres based.
Yeah. So okay.
It's Scandinavian, based on Norwegian folklore, but not the Norwegian folklore of like Thor and Odin. It's actually the Norwegian folklore of
Like
like
Scandinavian folklore,
Scandinavian. Right? Well, yeah, I mean Norway mostly, but Scandinavian folklore from like the 1900s. So it's a whole different kind that you're not probably haven't heard.
But the game itself is a roguelike. And so the way it's structured
Right.
is you'll start skiing and you'll play through like a set of songs from the first god.
Mhm.
And those are kind of the more electro pop songs.
See, this is what I wanted
then
to do.
If you defeat the boss that comes up, that boss then decides, I want to join you on your journey. And he becomes like an equipable companion.
I'm just going to take you with me. Move your stuff so I can actually put this stuff up here so that people can actually see what we're talking about, which is what I wanted to do in the very first, but you wouldn't let me do it because you wanted to eat food.
I'm going to put this in here, and this will be my midnight snack.
Okay. Anyway, Fresh Tracks.
Yes, that god becomes an equipable companion that you can take with you on your journey. And depending on which god you have equipped with you, that changes the tone of the songs. So you get different songs, but you'll also get remixes of the previous songs. And so instead of having like the electro pop sound, you'll have the same song but with more guitar in it instead of like electronica. But
then the levels also get increasingly harder as you go. There's equipment you can get. You can choose to play an easy level, and that will
Once upon a rhyme, as we
play
say.
a medium level and get like increased invulnerability after you get hit. So depending on the difficulty that you of the levels that you try, you get more of an advantage for the boss level. Let's see, is this video gonna give music?
Oh, you want me to put the music on? I can
Wait,
absolutely.
no,
do
it's a
that.
fucking rhythm music game.
It's probably way too loud, but okay.
This was not the end of Sky's journey, only a new beginning.
That is not the music that we
We're
played.
going to have so much fun.
I like this. This is good.
Face the spotlight.
So when you start, it's very airy and sweet. Obviously, this is farther along.
Yeah, I really enjoy that. I do also think having the obstacles come at you in time with the rhythm, like that helps you kind of judge the distance and that helps you get in tune with it. I could very easily see this type of game being made without the rhythm component, where it's just like a roguelike where you have to kind of avoid these obstacles. But the rhythm component kind of makes it easier, or if not
It does.
easier, it makes
it
it
helps.
more yeah,
helps.
it helps you know when to dodge and when to attack and when to do these items.
Right.
Also, it's a roguelike, but it's a because it's all music based. The songs are like 3 minutes long. So when
You don't lose that
when you
much.
do a run is like
Once
15
upon a
minutes
rhyme,
instead
as we
of
say
a
in
lot of
Mormon.
roguelikes that are a
There
lot
were no
longer.
story
Yeah.
songs
So when
at
you
all,
restart,
or
not necessarily like, oh fuck, I don't want to
decorations
replay the
of
same
Norse
shit over again.
We're trying to move forward. There we go.
It's
So
also nice that the god you have.
this is what we played right here.
Sky uncovered a shattered sword, half buried in the
So
snow.
this is
and
the
beating
exact demo
like a
that we
heart.
played.
Yeah.
When Sky
And this is
struck
the
to
tutorial
rhythm,
I
the
couldn't
flames
get
gathered
through.
strength.
Edie has no rhythm.
None.
I thought you played Rock Band. I thought you
did.
had like every
did.
song DLC of Rock Band.
I did. I sang.
Oh god.
Sky leaned into the music, gathering more whispers.
So
along
this is the
way.
tutorial that teaches you each of the skills: the leaning, the ducking, the swinging, the jumping, the double jumping. Let's move it along a little farther so that you can get a sense of the music.
But yeah, so what I do think is nice is that when you unlock the god, that remixes the old song, right? So that means when you go back and replay these levels, you're not replaying the same song over and over and over again. You're playing different versions of that song depending on the god you have equipped. And that's just a nice way of giving the levels that you have to replay over and over again a level of variety that I think is missing from a lot of other roguelikes.
Right. And it's pretty. It's got an interesting story that goes behind it. It's got really good music.
Also, it's got Peter
The rhythmic
Stormare,
blade pulsed
and he's a
with
really
energy.
good actor
Was
who
ready
brings
to lend
gravitas to
what
whatever he
spoke.
does.
So yeah, this is Fresh Tracks.
Search
It
of
is,
warmth
I believe,
washed over
available
Sky
according
as
to
their
this
wounds were
trailer.
healed.
It's available now. Did you remember? Did he
No.
say that it was available now?
I don't remember.
Is it?
I mean, I'll look up on Steam. That's what I've been doing all
Yeah.
show, is just having Steam
Well, no
open.
wonder they were so nice. They're Canadian. They were really nice. So yeah, this is the
Yeah.
game where I said that
Oh,
that if the
hey.
girl child was ever going to like a game, this is the game she'd like.
Really?
Come on, this is like totally her music. She's into K-pop.
Is she into like rhythm games though? Because
I don't know.
that's an important.
Music will motivate her to do just about anything.
Okay, just give her Rock Band.
No, she doesn't like rock. This is what she likes.
Okay. Yes, this is available on Steam,
Okay.
and more importantly, It is available with the soundtrack.
Oh, it released last
Sky
week on
had earned
Steam,
the
still
trust of
10%
Covenant,
off.
The mythic of
Yes.
inspiration. But
And
the
you can
other
buy it
mythics would not be so
fresh
easily
tracks
won
with
over.
the soundtrack
Sky's
or
journey
just the
was
soundtrack.
just beginning.
Go get the vinyl. I want to see the vinyl. So
Oh.
yeah, Nick got the vinyl of all this stuff, which I'm actually quite interested in.
Well,
I
those are
kind of
all,
want to steal it from
those
him.
are all the games that we saw. And
No, Birdseed.
Oh, birds. Okay, we'll talk about Birdseed, and then we'll show off the swag bag.
Okay, so Birdseed also comes from Buffalo. This is actually, I don't want to say their next game, but it's kind of like their other game they're working on. Very, 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 very early access. It is in almost prototype mode at this point. It is a VR bird watching game. And surprisingly, it's kind of fun. So, you're full, it's, what was it, Quest? Were we playing on Quest?
I don't know what headset we had.
think it
but
was a Quest.
It was impressively thin.
Yeah, I think she said, "Have you ever played with a Quest before?" I'm like,
No.
no, but I
Damn, is that a
Fine.
Quest?
I think it was
Do
a
I have to
Quest.
get a Quest?
It was a Quest, I think. So, it is a bird watching game in the sense that you are to take photos of birds, and essentially you can hear and listen for the birds, and each of the bird calls are actually the real bird calls. So you can get used to the sound of particular birds, and birds that you've already seen, you don't need to take a photo of. But here's the thing. And I kind of like this about it because it's kind of old school. So
There's a Steel Battalion esque.
there's a
to it,
yes, exactly.
which is not the comparison you would expect.
Yeah. So because the was a creative director of the studio is kind of old school. He was a photography nerd when he was younger, as I was. Back in our day, we took photos on film, which meant that film cost money. And when you took a photo, you didn't know what you got until you sent it out to a lab to be developed or developed yourself, which meant that you didn't take photos just randomly. You took photos when you knew you had the shot. There was a lot of money invested in taking a bad photo. So he has made it so that you have this VR camera, you pick the VR camera up, you look for particular birds, you take photos of these birds. There are like conditions for a good photo. When the photo comes out of the little camera in VR,
like a
you can pick
Polaroid.
it up, Polaroid picture. You can pick it up and you see what your score is and drop it. It goes into your journal. Here's the thing. You only get 12 photos per day. Not per day in game, per 24-hour real life period. So you take photos like old school. You don't take photos randomly. You have to be very careful about the photos that you have because you only have 12, which I love that. And everything's scored so that like there's going to be leaderboards and there's going to be people that are going to be going for the top leaderboards, and they're going to be very serious about the photos that they take.
Yeah, which just encourages an intentionality.
Encourages an
Because
intentionality.
even as I was playing, there were moments where I saw a bird fly by, and I'm tracking it with my camera, and I'm zoomed in, but I'm thinking, it's kind of far away. If I take a photo, it's not going to be a very good photo. I'm going to wait until that bird appears somewhere else, and maybe I'll get a good picture of it then. And the guy was like, "Yes, that's exactly what we want. That's exactly what we're going for."
Yeah. So yeah, this is the prototype even earlier than what we saw. But it's the same idea where you're picking up a camera. Oh, well, actually, this is like super prototype.
Is this the same game?
Yeah, it's the same game. I mean, you can see it's the same game. The birds are the same.
There's no photography in this.
There's no photography in this one. Interesting. Yeah, This is
when
a
it says
very.
currently in development, everything is subject to change.
It changed a
They
lot.
mean it.
It changed a lot. It's no longer like that at all. This was just when the way it was characterized in the description was a game about feeding birds prototype gameplay trailer.
Hmm.
Very interesting. So yeah, I can't even.
Oh, official
Oh,
announcement.
here we go.
There we go.
Here we go. All right. Here we go. Here we go. This is the official announcement trailer. This is what we played right here.
Yes.
So yeah, yeah, this is exactly what we played. And you want to center the bird. You want the bird to be pointing a particular direction. It's mostly towards you as much as possible. We didn't see that many birds. They were harder to get than that.
Look, it's a trailer.
Yeah. But it is VR. I would say it's at least, at the very minimum, 2026. I mean,
Oh,
that was
yeah,
that was
yeah,
the
it was way
announcement
off.
trailer right there. That's the whole announcement trailer. Yeah, it is a long, long way off. That being said, it's kind of cool. And like I said, it's the intentionality of it. It's the real life investment that you have to make into this game in order to quote unquote play this game.
Yeah.
I see it being highly competitive with a certain segment of the population. Thank you for the link. So yeah, there it is. Birdseed VR. I don't even think it doesn't even have a Steam page at this point. I don't think
No.
because yeah, it's way too early. But it's an interesting idea. Another game that I've never seen anything quite like this as far as gameplay is concerned, but still oddly compelling. Anything else that we want to talk about? Those are the last
I
two,
think
I
those
think.
are all the games
That's
that we
pretty
saw.
much all the it's pretty much all the games we saw, with the exception of the Tekken tournament. Actually, no, we got the review of the Tekken tournament. All right.
Yeah.
So we have been out.
Oh, no, it does have a Steam page.
Oh, it does. It has a Steam page. Go figure.
No,
So
no release date.
yeah, no.
Like not even a year.
Yeah. I would be surprised if it's 2026. It's probably closer to 2027. I would say early to mid 2027. So it's been 2.5 hours that we've been at this.
Oh, do you want to look at them?
Oh yeah. Let's look at this.
Okay.
Let me actually try and increase what I can of the light here.
Yeah, boy, this is like a dim ass room.
Yeah, the light in here is not the greatest, and I'm sorry about that. That's just, they don't have a lot of. I would turn on the TV, but you know what happened last time. Nick got obsessed with the guide. Is that a
There was a napkin.
Napkin that you put in there?
No, it was
Oh.
a napkin that was here. And
Oh,
then I was
okay,
like,
all right,
well, where should
all
I
right.
put this? Okay, so we've got a water bottle for game.
Ooh, that's kind of nice.
GAM.
Yeah.
This is really cool.
Aluminum.
This is either an iron like diorama. So you've got it's a glass thing, and it's pure
that's kinda
glass.
cool.
Like it's heavy, right?
Oh, that's really cool. You can't really see the 3D nature of it, maybe?
Yeah, like
a little bit.
she's in the front. This area here
This
is
is
in the
background.
front. But yeah, then all this is in the background. And so yeah, this is kind of, let's lean forward. Yeah, there
Well,
you go.
you can't really see it.
Look
Yeah,
at
you
that.
sort of get a sense. There we go. You get a sense of it there. Yeah.
Yeah, just a nice display. Like I said, pure glass, surprisingly heavy.
It's not glass. It's
Is it? Oh, acrylic maybe?
acrylic.
We have a Be My Horde and Crimson Desert lanyard.
Be My Horde and Crimson Desert.
A bunch of pins.
It's like, there we go.
So then we have, that's right, Chaos Coin. Oh, I guess I didn't talk about Chaos Coin. Also from game is a unique custom, like only 1,000 of these were made.
Really?
Gold Time Crisis coin.
Oh, that's kind. Oh,
Basically,
that's kind of cool.
a coin that you would put in the machine to get another credit.
That's kind of cool.
Then we've got a sticker from Sweep and Sorcery. One of the curling stones.
Curling, yeah, the curling game.
And then we have 2 posters. I don't know if we want to go to all the effort of unwrapping them.
Sure we do. Why not? It's the only time we're gonna get to see them.
I mean, I know what they look like.
I know, but they don't.
That's a limited edition Fractured Blooms poster. Yeah, move it that way a little bit. You can see that's the main character getting real fucked up and
That is a
molested by creepy plant things.
sleepy plant things holding her mouth and her
Yeah, that's her head, body, creepy plant arms grabbing her face. I'm very much looking forward to that game.
The game is not nearly as disturbing and misogynistic as the poster would lead you to believe.
Well, I mean, not misogynistic, but probably disturbing.
Disturbing, but not disturbing with things grabbing a scantily clad girl from
She's not
behind.
scantily clad.
A buxom girl from
This is
behind.
not that buxom. Anyways, this is an Aether and Iron character poster. So this has a basically a cast poster of all the voiced main characters. This is the main character right here. This is the girl that I picked up who's like, hey, I love all these comics. And then everyone else was not available in demo. But you can see, like, the art is really cool. Like, it's a really good comic style art.
Let's see. The Birdseed game sounds like Pokemon Snap.
I mean, yeah.
A little bit. And don't look at me. I just want to give innocent piggyback rides to underage rates.
Wait,
Uh,
underage robots. Oh, you're talking about Pragmata.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pragmata with, we'll say, you know, that android who's, look, android, they have no age, but boy, her face, a lot of makeup, kind of sexy face.
For a little kid.
Yeah. Hey, not kid, robot. That little android looked hot as hell.
That little underage looking robot looked hot as hell.
Robots cannot be underage. Tell that to Elon Musk. Elon Musk agrees with me. Elon Musk is
All right, what else-
banking on
what else?
that.
Yeah, exactly. What else is in this?
So now we get into the Buffalo specific.
This is
swag bag.
this I want to steal.
This is the vinyl.
Wow.
Yeah, it's nice.
Those are the 4, I believe the 4 gods.
Yeah, that's the 4 gods and each of the specific songs associated with them. So I don't know if this soundtrack, hang on, let me see. I don't know if this has the remixes. Oh no, it does. Like it has Stardust Sogvar's version. Yeah, Stardust Falls and Dram's version. So that also has the remix of the songs.
Yeah, so they have all the different remixes in different genres based on the different gods that are there. So this is also in swag bag.
And then we've got Fresh Tracks pin, Birdseed pin, sticker, bookmark. I might steal the bookmark. I can use bookmarks for comics. And then a cool what is it? It's not acrylic. What's the name of these pins specifically?
These would be what's not cloisonne. It is
No. What's the type of pin? Anyways, it's a big pin of one of the gods.
Right.
Also, AC Ray says, "Don't rule 34 my innocent mecha godchild. I'm going to hug her and squeeze her and send
tell
her to college."
oh god, you guys. You suck.
Her room will be filled with STEM projects.
Oh my god. You are all so fucked up. Oh my god. All right, I am throwing in a Be My Horde pin. I am also throwing in, because fuck these guys, a Crimson Desert
Oh yeah,
pin.
I took that one.
Yeah.
I kept that one for myself.
Yeah, this is a Crimson Desert pin. One of these things that I'll probably regret giving away, like I did the 24 karat Grand Theft Auto 4 Coke spoon that I should have kept for myself, but I said I gave it. I think I gave it to Shonikin. Maybe Corey. I don't remember who.
Corey, do you have a Coke spoon? I'm asking for a friend. I'm not looking to use it.
I'm
gonna
donating
give it
for
to my
this.
Mecha Godchild.
I'm donating a key. Yes.
Oh yes, so this
That is a
actually really
real
cool.
key. And let me turn it around so I can make sure that it doesn't get used. There we go. This is a key that was given, and on the back here is an actual Steam key for Hotel Galactic. So this is actually the game right there. There's your key. I can see it. It's right there. It's
Let
right
me
there.
See it?
Yeah. See it? There it is.
Okay. B.
No,
Okay.
Okay, I will read the first BH75D. That's the first
No,
time.
I'm trying to memorize it so that I can put it in.
No, so this is
It's a literal Steam
of the
key,
game. Yeah, it's a literal Steam key.
which is cool.
This is also going into the swag bag. Now, what are we going to do with the swag bag?
I don't know.
We're going to give it away. I mean, clearly we're giving it away. As much as this freaking bothers me, because I'm going to regret giving that away. I really.
Well, that's also why
Yeah.
I asked in the Discord who has a record player, because I want to give that to someone who can actually use it.
Says, honestly, I miss being a good influence to children, so I have to make do with pretending, which is cool.
I'm sure a lot of it.
It's all cool. So, how we're going to
Sending mecha children to college is cool.
It is.
Yeah.
People seem to love HG in early access, but warn it's currently a very buggy state.
What's HG? Oh, Hotel Galactic.
Hotel Galactic. Actually, interestingly enough, if you listen to the interview, the version of it that was at PAX here, she said that one of the biggest surprises of this weekend or this whole week was they only found one bug, which means that whatever version they have here, it's not very buggy. He says the Steam key is it wasn't that cool. It is definitely my favorite swag that I got this week. I told her I give you full credit for this. That is the coolest Steam key I've ever received. And Goalie is here, who says, I'm sitting on the toilet watching this. What a surprise. So am I.
Hey, Goalie, do you have a record player? You're old enough to have one.
No, do not give him that. It's wasted. That is pearls before
But he's
swine.
the only person listening that's old enough to have a record player.
That's not true. Lots of people have record players. All right. So
most? Really?
What are we going to do in order to give this away?
Okay, I'm going to load up the devil's calculator, and I'm going to show you the level that I'm currently stuck on, and you have to
give it the answer. No. Here's what we'll do. If you join our Discord, Nick and I have to figure out how to. I didn't know this swag bag existed until 30 minutes ago. So let me give you our Discord.
But what if they've already joined?
Coming up.
Does that mean they're ineligible?
There's a Discord. If you're interested in entering for it. Here's the thing. I don't know what we're going to do. It may just be a random drawing based on people like going into the Discord. But
they go into the Discord and I don't know, mention.
Well, we'll create a channel and say, we'll create a channel
and
for
just
the
like
giveaway.
say hi in the channel.
Say hi in the channel, and we'll enter you in.
Yeah. Do you want my leftover Chinese food? No. Do you want that to be included?
Nobody wants your leftover Chinese food, Nick. Okay. I don't even.
That's good. That's good because I do.
But I know what I want. I want my leftover pizza that you've kidnapped. You're holding hostage in your room.
I'm not holding it hostage. You can have it anytime. All you have to do is ask.
All you have to do is bring it over.
Okay, I can go get it.
So
Do you want the? I can go get it right
yeah,
now.
by the way, Italian Family Pizza in Seattle is the shit. Okay, so yeah, go ahead. Thank you for the link. That's a much better, more efficient way of showing it.
Yes.
There's our Discord. Go ahead and join our Discord. We will be creating in the next 10 minutes a new channel that will be called Swag Bag. All you have to do is go in and say hi. Then we will enter your name. We will literally write it down old school on a piece of paper. Nick will draw it on
you know what?
Sunday.
No, you know, it'd be fun. I know there are websites that have like those spinning wheels, right?
Yeah.
We can just take everyone that enters, put their name in the spinning wheel, and then we'll spin the wheel live on the next show.
All right. Either that or we'll just draw it from a hat. But either way, we will be
Let's
giving it
use-
away.
Use technology. Use the ability for the internet to simulate game show wheels.
Yeah.
None of this pulling out of a hat. I don't want to write anything
Whatever.
with ink and paper.
One way or
I want
another.
to save trees by using more electricity.
Okay. One way or another, we are going to be giving it away on Sunday, which will be our next show on YouTube, on Facebook, and on Twitch. On YouTube, we are GameHounds vids. On Facebook, we are the GameHounds, and on Twitch, we are the GameHounds. All you have to do is say hi in the Discord, and then we will enter your name, and we will make that drawing on the Sunday show at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern. Anything else? Nick? I think we're good. We've been at this now for almost 3 hours. So we've
2
had
hours, 40 minutes. That's not
2 hours
almost
and
3 hours. We
yeah,
could
2 hours and 40.
we could stretch for another 20 minutes. Hey, have you seen the new Star Wars movie?
Guys, no. All right. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you so
Wait,
much for
gotta-
listening.
new
Comments.
Lots of new comments. Everyone's new comments. Keep the comments coming. No, they're just
There's a
basically
bot we
posting
could
links.
add. Giveaway bot party. All right. I
Oh,
will look
giveaway
into that.
bot party.
One way or another, we will give this swag bag away. Trust me. This is the best swag bag for the smallest podcast.
Can we have
You have
the
a very good chance of winning. So enter.
Can we have the underage bot from Pragmata be the Vanna White equivalent and spin the wheel?
No. All right, everyone, have a great night. We will talk to you later. And thanks so much for being with us on this incredibly exhausting 4 days of PAX Prime 2025. It was great to be back. Everywhere you go here, it says welcome home. It very much
It does. It does. Actually.
very much feels like it. And it is great to be back here with you, bringing you the rest of our family with us to come home. So have a great week. We'll see you on Sunday. Good night. Oh, yeah. Don't forget Patreon. That's how we do this.